every day feels boring. The same thing, routine in the morning. Grew up too fast without warning. And when it rains it's pouring. I got dreams, big dreams. I wanna do big things, but I just can't seem to put it all together. I just wanna be seen. I'm jumping ship, I'ma dive in. Middle of the ocean, swimming till I find it. I see an island out ahead, filled with things that I've wanted since I was a kid. Swim to it.
Hey. Welcome. What's up, Gladys, Annie, Debbie, Sly Angel, Crystal, Cindy, Bad Wolf in the house. What's up, guys? One day soon, me and Sage have to road trip. One day this week or next week. We're not sure exactly when. And I'll tell you guys all about it once we have complete confirmation on how we're doing it. But we're doing a one-day road trip to Ohio to pick something up for Sage. And wait till you guys see her. She's so cute. There's a hint. And it's not a baby. So, but I'm excited for her. All right, I'll tell you guys. Somebody was giving away a purebred Labrador and wanted to know if I knew anybody who wanted a dog, all trained, beautiful dog. It's a pure breed, registered, had to give it away due to cancer. So Sage wants it. It's not really a puppy. It's a year-old. Yes, I'm going to be a grandma. So we finalized all the details, and Sage is going to get him. But we have to go to Ohio to pick him up. I keep saying him. Pick her up. So Sage and her boyfriend are looking for a dog, and Book is going to be happy to have someone to play with. So we're just waiting on the final details of when we're going. Yes, I'm going to be a grandma to a puppy. It's not really a puppy. It's a year-old. She's a year-old. But I'm excited for her. So, and of course, he's got to start the second I go live. The dog didn't say one fucking word. Not one peep all day. Ugh. Yeah, new fur baby. I wanted to take her, but I can't handle 3 dogs. Oh, it's a puppy until it's 2? All right, then it's still a puppy. It's a big old dog. It's a full purebred lab, black lab, just like Buka. Well, Buka's not all purebred, but she's beautiful. She's trained. And Sage is so excited. She wants to go like right now. So we're just finalizing everything. And what's up? Yeah, that video, Bad Wolf, that was when we first got Winston, when he was just a little tiny tot. Hey, Phoenix. I forgot. We got to give him baths tonight. I give those people that have a bumper sticker that says my grandbaby's lab. No, I'm not going to do that. So I just want to let you guys know before we get started, because there's a lot to discuss. I'm going to try to get to everything tonight. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to, because I got stuff to do. I got 2 teenagers coming tomorrow for 2 weeks. Yes, 2 teens, 2 16-year-olds coming tomorrow for 2 weeks. And that'll be fun. So I still have stuff to get ready for. That's why I didn't go live last night. I've been getting everything ready. Sage's room, cleaning. I got to go food shopping. We got to give the dogs baths. Just so much to do. And as I'm like, and let me start. Before I even get started, let me say, if you like what you see, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Subscribing to my channel is absolutely free. It doesn't cost anything. If you want to keep my channel alive and keep me live, there's a couple of ways you can do it. 1, you can hit that subscribe button. 2, you can make sure that you join membership. You can join Patreon if you want a little closer to me. You can join Patreon at patreon.com/perplexqt. And you can come back and subscribe to the channel. So let's get started because there's a lot to talk about. I know I'm going to start with Stephanie stuff. I know that a lot of you guys know who Stephanie Harlow is. She's a pretty big creator. I think she's at almost 1 million subs. I don't particularly watch her because I don't happen to like her. But let me also say, I'm not a big person on someone's personal life should be outed on YouTube. If someone's having an affair, if someone's going through a divorce, I don't really think that it should be outed on YouTube until one of them actually outed on YouTube. Then then it doesn't matter anymore. And oh boy, did Stephanie Harlow's husband air out some shit. I am dumbfounded at what was found. One of my Patreons had found this blog, I guess. Blog, whatever you want to call it. What a bitch. Like, what a fucking bitch. You guys will understand that in a few minutes. Now, you also have to understand, I went through a 6-year tumultuous custody fight from the depths of hell. Most people don't go through custody fights like this. So I understand what it's like in a heated, passionate divorce, a heated, passionate custody fight. I get it. I totally get it. One of the plays that most people do in a custody fight, which is the one thing my lawyer said do not do. Well, 2 things. One, they accuse the other spouse of sexual molesting the child. That will get you automatic removal of children, meaning that if whichever spouse claims it, if there's not rock solid proof, you will lose your kids. So my lawyer said, don't do that. And the other thing people do is they claim that, oh, they're a bad parent. You can't, they're horrible for their kids. They shouldn't be around their kids. These are all standard stuff in custody fights. And unfortunately, it happens every day. Judges see this stuff every day. It's horrible, but they do. They see this shit every day. So Stephanie Harlow, from what I understand, now I don't watch her, but from what I understand, she likes to call her ex-husband a narcissist every single chance she gets. There are certain people that you meet that really, a narcissist, and there's certain ones that are not. From the 2-second video that I heard, it's not 2 seconds, like 2 minutes. He doesn't seem like a narcissist. It seems more like she is. But 2 months ago, actually it was April, he finally had enough. And he's like, fuck it. I'm going to go on Reddit. And I'm going to fucking say my side of the story. Now, you have to understand, they were married for years. They have kids. She does not only her show, but she also does this Crime Weekly with this ex-cop named Derek, who was also on like Survivor or something like that. And, there's another creator that pointed something out that I never even thought of. And I'm going to start with that. But I did some digging. And I happen to notice you were right. And it's not something I don't think anybody would even think of. Anybody has thought of. But one of the things that this particular creator noticed is how her thumbnails changed over the last couple of years. Now, you're probably wondering, what are you talking about? Just wait. Just wait. Dumbfounded that this was pointed out. because I would have never thought this. Hold on. Okay. I'm going to play it without sound. And you guys tell me what you notice about Stephanie's thumbnails compared to the other. All right. Derek was on Big Brother. He won Big Brother. Okay. Now you see Bailey Sarian. You see Christine Randall. I don't know what that is. And now you see Stephanie Harlow. What do you notice? I mean, you can kind of tell by the title. I don't know what made this guy notice this, but he's right. Why is Stephanie Harlow showing cleavage? No other creator does that. And she never used to do that. It's all new. I guess it's leave it for a guy to notice this stuff because I would have never even thought of this. But he made this video like a month ago. I'm sorry, almost a year ago, comparing the fact that all of a sudden Stephanie keeps showing her cleavage, which is something that no other true crime creator in her what's the word? I'm not going to say genre, in her on her level. Okay, on her level, which would be Bailey Sarian, Christine Randall, a lot of them. So I thought that was interesting. I don't know why that was caught, but I just found it weird. And he made a video about it, and I thought it was interesting. I guess she never used to do that before. And in the last like year or two, all of a sudden now she's showing cleavage all the time. It was an interesting observation. So I just want to say that. But so Stephanie's husband decided to go on Reddit. And the man has a hell of a lot to say. Now, I just want you guys to know what I'm not doing is I'm not going to go back and forth with who he was talking to and all that stuff. I'm going to start with the video, and then we're going to work our way down. Hold on. He posted this video. Now, there was some confusion about who recorded the video. I think it's pretty obvious that he recorded it, and you'll understand why. Yep. But this is where I say she is a fucking bitch.
Done with you, I would have gotten an order of protection already. I would have done it while you were gone. I would have been sneaky as fuck. I knew exactly how to do it and how to be sneaky as fuck, and I would have changed the fucking locks. And I would have gotten an order of protection. And when you came back, I would have brought Aiden inside and I would have said, you gotta leave. Okay. And there would have been cops there with that order of protection to escort you out. And you would not have been able to come back to see me, this house, or your fucking children. And I wouldn't have been financially responsible for you in the fucking least. Right. And then I would have filed for divorce. And the second I filed for divorce would have been, once again, the second I was not any longer financially responsible for you. Because you're not entitled to any fucking thing I do. financially once I file for fucking divorce. I could fucking break you, destroy you, and take everything from you in a fucking second.
I know.
But I'm not doing that. Doesn't it mean something to you?
Everything.
I'm a good person. Done with you, I would have gotten an order of protection already. I would have done it while you were gone. I would have been sneaky as fuck. I knew exactly how to do it and how to be sneaky as fuck, and I would have changed the fucking locks. And I would have an order of protection. And when you came back, I would have brought Aiden inside and I would have said, you gotta leave.
Okay.
And there would have been cops there with that order of protection to escort you out. And you would not have been able to come back to see me, this house, or your fucking children. And I wouldn't have been financially responsible for you in the fucking least.
Right.
And then I would have filed for divorce. And the second I filed for divorce would have been, once again, the second I was not any longer financially responsible for you. Because you're not entitled to any fucking thing I do financially once I file for fucking divorce.
I get that.
I could fucking break you,
I know.
destroy you, and take everything from you in a fucking second.
I know.
But I'm not doing that. Doesn't it mean something to you?
Everything.
I'm a good person.
Future reference, big red flag. I'm a good person. Who are you trying to convince? You're trying to convince him, or you're trying to convince her? The fact that he was so mellow with no reaction tells me that he recorded that. He knew he was recording that. Why there's only a minute of it, I don't know. However, hold on. All right, so now we're going to go to the beginning. Now, I know you guys don't really care for my reading, but here we go. This was his first post 2 months ago. Hi, I'm Adam, and I'm happy to address anybody about what they have to say. You can DM me and IG directly so you know it's really me, Adam G. Many of you seem very judgmental and presumptuous, forming opinions about strangers you feel like you actually know. I did get into an accident. It wasn't intentional, and I wasn't unhinged or under any influence, which can be verified by a police report. I've been into cars my whole life, and I've been a track rat for over 10 years. It is raining heavily, and that car has a Sports Cup 2 tire on it, which hydroplanes easy, which it did, coming off an interstate exchange, where the rear end just slipped out and it couldn't be saved. Airbags in the front did deploy. I waited 2 years for that car, and it was a gift to myself for reaching a major professional milestone. Stephanie hated the car and definitely would never think to buy me a car, nor would I want that. I teach my kids that kindness is our currency. I like plants and art, and if that's weird to you, you're entitled to your opinion, which I can respect at the very least without forming judgment. I'm going through a divorce, which doesn't have to be a bad thing. I've come to appreciate the many years and incredible things that we accomplished and built together, but it was together, i.e. a team, which is what a healthy marriage is. No one is above the other. What is not okay is making false claims and using a public platform to garner sympathy for yourself while making your partner out to be something he is not. I believe the terms we use for that are slander and libel if it is written. You can check for me, though. I didn't post for any of you. That's a fact. In this case, I need help. This is very clearly a call for help, as in, while I did not create the situation that led to the divorce, I am humble and respectful enough to honor the relationship for all the wonderful things it was, and only hope for a peaceful, quiet, and respectful dissolution. I will never regret the relationship and will always wish the best for Stephanie, both personally, professionally, and even in her future relationships. As for civility, I wish I were experiencing more. I think children should be insulated from the mud that is sometimes thrown during these types of things, But when you have your children withheld from you for more than a month in Aiden's case, and now more than a week in Bella's case, and you have no means to communicate with them because the adults in their lives at the moment are morally debased, you only have so many routes you can take when someone's attorney can push out the motion for immediate relief. Yours filed almost a month ago. In my case, it just so happens that the day after Bella told Stephanie that she wanted to live with me, but still stay with mommy sometimes, a scene was caused, leaving me unable legally to have contact with Stephanie. And my only means of communicating with my children have been intentionally and illegally interfered with, leaving me no option other than to make a public cry for help. Sometimes, if a person won't respect you out of decency, more drastic measures are needed than speak to the ego and instead. I've dedicated my life to these kids as their primary caregiver for years in order to support Stephanie in all of her aspirations, encouraging her to reach for the stars. I am a total narcissist, though, can't you tell? If you care to think openly and critically, you'll find that your assumptions are about as fake as the stories being told to my kid, which are fucking them up mentally and emotionally. Do you know how hard it is to leave a narcissistic, abusive relationship, much less one at this level of shared success? I hope you never do. And to those asking, I created and manage a company around Steph. In addition to caring for our state, our children, driving everybody wherever they need to be, cooking, cleaning, laundry by the day, payroll, taxes, accounting, finances, and the list goes on. Please stop assuming that you know me or that I'm being accurately represented. I am so beyond grateful and humbled for our shared success, but I would never treat Stephanie the way she's been treating me for years now, especially now that it's really over. At some point, you need to just respect yourself and leave, and that's okay. Find kindness and share it. Whoa, cheating bitch that she is. So if you guys didn't know, it seems that Stephanie Harlow is cheating on her husband. There was some, people thought she was cheating with Derek. He's also going through a divorce, but no, it turns out she's actually cheating with someone else, but we're going to get to that. So then he writes to somebody, it's just a meme from Google. But let me go back to his comment for a minute. I find it accurate. The things he's saying is pretty accurate in what a parent will do. If you combine that with the video that we saw, she is so fucked up. And I believe that the daughter said, I want to go live with my dad, and she said, oh, hell no. And I'm sure she does have an expensive lawyer. I wouldn't want to know this level of fighting. But then again, I guess my fighting was just as bad. I mean, ours cost hundreds of thousands of dollars. So I kind of get it. But I don't know if he has an attorney, but he's being degraded all over the place. And this was 2 months ago. Then he says, another post, it's just a meme from Google, nothing deep about it, overthinking way too much. And I would never consider myself the breadwinner for more than several years now. I've also never hit anybody. Well, one time in 10th grade, I punched a kid in the face for disrespecting a girl, but was then afraid to get sued or suspended for 6 months. I'm very pro nonviolence, period. If you need references, you can talk to every girl I've ever been in a relationship with. I'm a lover, not a fighter. I'm just tired. You're not being withheld. I don't know what the post was about, but you're not being withheld illegally from your children. It's been over a month, and his lawyer, I don't know who his lawyer is, keeps pushing my motion for immediate relief. I'm a devoted father, and I don't care about fame. So if this is what it takes, this is what it takes, sadly. Sorry, not sorry at all. I pray you are never put in this situation. Because it's more bullshit. It's to paint a false narrative that everything is great, but it is, maybe it is, but it's at the expense of every one of my parental rights. Wants a video proof? I'm not arguing for my health. I'm doing it because my kids are being brainwashed, and I've known plenty of adults who are still fucked up from one of their parents doing this sort of stuff. If you don't have kids, or you wouldn't die trying to keep them safe, you can't. I don't care what you think is unhinged. And honestly, I can't actually wrap my head around using the kids this way, or ever withholding them from their mother. We are not the same. I don't care what you think. I think it's two. I don't think he's a narcissist. I honestly don't. I think she is, but I don't think he is. There's certain things I've been looking for, like, could he be a narcissist? I don't see that at all. I love art. I love pictures of glass art. Most of them have been used, and I barely smoke. If you can't appreciate work that's taken people decades to master, that's okay. Some people only see the pipe and not the artist or the skill behind it. To each their own. Besides, I've been in my non-functional area for a few years now. I like intricate orbs and murine vessels. They're all beautiful to me. If you ever want to discuss art or what makes a piece special or more or less valuable, let's talk about it. If not, for everybody though. And it's okay if it's not for you. I hope you will have a really nice day. This one, next one, I found interesting. We were broke. She had a credit score of literally 300. That's purely bad credit. Worse than a true zero with no credit. But this layabout worked 6 days a week, 10 to 14 hours a day. I can't tell you how many side hustles I supported happily. This woman is living in her own bubble of toxic waste, sucking the kids down with her. Why do you think I was so afraid and freaking out? You should see how my son behaves now. And she's all for it. I loved my wife and took the vow seriously. I refuse to disrespect myself just because my partner refuses to. I wish her well and happiness if she can't find and let go of the anger. Talking about a girl. I'm not a big fan of promiscuous. Now, I don't know if this had to do with the, whatchamacallit, with the cleavage. When I saw this, I was like, wow, I wonder if this is like related to the cleavage stuff. I'm not a big fan of promiscuous, but if you take care of your body and want to show off what you got, the confidence is sexy as long as you're respecting yourself and me if we're together. We're just friends. I'm good with casual sex, and I'm not ready for a relationship. She's got nice legs, though, and a very spiritual vibe in actuality. Stephanie will likely always be beautiful to me. I've seen that girl grow up for a third of her life. There just needs to be an inner desire to keep growing as a person and trading all that armor in for some inner peace and security and good company who won't lie to you when you're fucking up. He says, I feel like I'm watching the company which I built and protected like my own child fall apart at the seams. Like, what the fuck? It was set up perfectly. Makes me wish someone would step in. If only I could show you the text reaching out to help from her family that I made last year. It's hard when everyone around you enables your bad behavior instead of taking a hard line because it's the right thing to do for someone you love. I was laughed at and ignored altogether. That honestly is abusive, you know? Try to keep things pretty positive for my own sake. I'm pretty good for the most part. Just wish this whole process was further along so it can be over soon. Anything I think should take a week ends up taking a month or two. This was 14 days ago. This is not even like brand new. I mean, this is like not even old. This is brand new stuff. He does seem like a great guy. That's what I'm saying. Then he says, ooh, not cool. 9 days ago, I'm an open person and I'm inclined to be much more private moving forward, as I do not want anything but the best for Stephanie, no matter the status of any relationships. I have since come to believe that all relationships are meant to help us learn for as long or as short as they may last. We all have stuff to work out, and if you don't think so, you didn't look just enough. And perhaps I am a bit narcissistic because I see myself as a much higher value option and with better intellect and looks. Someone that admits that is not a narcissist. Yes, this is Stephanie Harlow's husband. Like, proven to be the husband, 100%. Relationships are risky or tricky, and I don't regret a thing. Steph and I were couples goals with most of it. We achieved a lot together. Life is just life. There might be pain in the beginning, but I don't look at blame anymore as anything of meaning or value. There's a lot to really mourn. I will not be responding to any more DMs, however. I don't know who Nev is. It's all good. I'm not broken up over it. I'm still learning. All right. I can assure you what you see is what you get with me. I'm open and introspective. I teach to lead with love and kindness and forgiveness. I'm a supporter of using psychedelics for therapeutic reasons. I'm the addict that Steph sometimes says she knows with almost 15 years clean. I've been an advocate for mental health awareness and therapy ever since I went to rehab in my mid-20s. So to all the fans who say I need therapy, yeah, I do from time to time, and you could benefit from some too. I have a background in political science, economics, finance, and law. I would say that I'm good at small business structuring, savings and investments, estate plan integrations for maximum carry and protection. I hate sycophants, and I'm not a fan of individuals who insulate themselves with them. I am also known to be very honest, even if it hurts your feelings, but I will support you through it. I tend to run a little high strung, and I need constant practice managing disappointment. I've never sparked one of our kids, and I've never abused a woman in my life. I'm personally proud of the father and husband who I've grown into, and it is what I am most proud of in the whole world. The bad shit I've done in my life, I can talk about freely because none of it is so bad that I carry any shame. I did for a few years when getting clean. I prefer spirituality to religion. My most narcissistic quality is that I will not be swayed by any argument that does not address and defeat the points of logic I'm using. So if you can't articulate why you are right, I'm thinking you're wrong, but we can talk about it. That's me. I love this guy. I think he's great. Okay, I read this earlier, and it also proves he's not a narcissist. Steph is a good person who has actually been through a lot in her formative years. No narcissistic spouse is going to say this. I think we can all benefit from therapy, and Steph and I are no exceptions. The truth is, we are an incredibly strong team, had an amazing friendship, and we were super close and affectionate. No doubt she felt she had reasons to feel differently at the end than she do throughout our entire relationship. In the end, I had my reasons. Since going through this process, I've also learned that lawyers can advise some pretty shitty tactics, and I don't feel are morally just, but they fly in court. I don't think or agree with some of the tactics used in our case, but the last thing I am is an abuser. I will not attack you individually in an argument, and I will never be the physical type. I really like who I am. I may have some damage, but I'm not even a little bit damaging to others unless the truth hurts, which it can, especially if you come from enablers. You might not like hearing some things, but I don't think any of us are finished growing or improving ourselves. And if you are in my family, I'm calling you out when you bullshit. And I would think that you didn't care about me if you didn't do the same. I come with references. As a husband, I'm super loving and affectionate. I'll tell you I love you at least 20 times a day. I'll make sure you know you're beautiful every day. I pay attention to your mood and your feelings so I can empathize with you and help you through anything you might be going through. I don't care about what we watch on TV. I have a kind and forgiving heart, and I can take massive amounts of damage without growing cold or negative. Okay. You have no idea what the truth is. Our daughter is 22. At that age, I expect a developed sense of morality, meaning that I'm not going to lie to help my mother at anybody's personal expense. Hold on. The daughter's 22? The daughter wouldn't need permission to live somewhere. I'm a little confused now. I thought the daughter was young. I accept a developed sense of morality, meaning I'm not going to lie to help my mother at anybody's personal expense. Suffice it to say that I'm perfectly okay with you not getting it. And you can absolutely believe what you like. I have a 5-page character assassination that is 90% hearsay. Yeah, Stephanie is a 22-year-old. Stuff like saying I was high when I got into an accident in Tennessee. I was with my father and my son, and it was in the morning in a state 1,000 miles away. How the hell are you going to put that to paper in good conscience? Talking about something that happened in a different country you weren't even in. This went for 5 pages. I think he will kill my mother. What would even remotely suggest such a thing? I've never been more disappointed in her in my damn life. I'm sorry, but you can go on believing anything you like. We're all good here. Hold on. Now this seems weird. This is strange. Why would a 22-year-old girl who's his daughter say that? I mean, if she was young, I get that. But something is off there. Just something is way off. Found in June since last February. I have forgiven Stephanie and asked her for a quick and fair, amicable split where we share custody, split the assets, and I offered to continue bringing the kids to everything so she could focus on work and that I could help her with things like the house. I still think it's a mistake removing me as CFO, as I built and structured the company and understand its operations better than anybody else. Not to mention, it will take her bottom line significantly. Please do not assume that I'm looking to punish anybody. I want to forgive and move on peacefully. That's literally all I want. But if she's 22, you don't need custody. Oh, 22 is okay. That makes sense. I was so confused there. Okay, so Stephanie Harlow has a 22-year-old daughter from a previous relationship with a different father. Gotcha. That makes a lot more sense. All right. 5 days ago, he wrote, I legit have no idea what their relationship is like and haven't for months. I just want to clarify, I do not follow anything that pertains to either one. I don't look at her socials unless it's posted here. I offered forgiveness for months and still could. A lot of fucked up shit has happened to me this year undeservingly. You can't have it both ways, though. You got to show a shred of remorse. Take accountability and cut all ties to that film group, which I'm going to explain. Sorry, that's the price. And therapy. Seems super reasonable, actually. I'm never going to be a monster. no matter what. I think she'd honestly rather see me dead. That's how it really feels. Plus, whatever this is with Derek is cringe and not forgive me vibes. I think we're miles apart on things, to be honest. I think I'd feel like a cuck at this time. I've never had any issues or worried about Derek in real life, though. Stephanie hasn't posted pictures of her kids in a while, but she sure made a point to show that they are both with her today on Father's Day. He said, worst Father's Day ever. I was so excited thinking Bella was coming over, and that is at both kids for dinner. We made plans, super high to ultimate low. This was one for the books. She said Bella changed her mind, but I called Bella immediately and asked her if she still wanted to come over. And she was really excited and said yes. Then a woman interfered and she changed her mind and I had to go. I think it's scary for some people that I'm still super close to them and I'm going to find out all the stories, lies, half-truths were fed to them to make them feel negative towards me, which is just delaying the inevitable. Who really knows? Shit had me depressed for real. I don't care who you are. The father should be with their kids on Father's Day, period. Stephanie is a fucking bitch for that. I'm sorry, but she's wrong. Hey, Allie, she's 100% wrong. Now we're up to like 3 days ago. Because remind you, I'm just looking at his responses to what people are saying in this whole Reddit. I'm not going to do the whole back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. I just pulled up all his posts. But I'm going to go to some of the others in a minute. That's the video I played. I'm the true keeper of receipts. Just want civility and mutual respect. I'm tired of being fucked with, arrested, hacked, slandered, not seeing my kids, and having their heads filled with lies, which really is standard custody fight. Standard. History has already been written, and it can't be changed to make me a monster. Even with a couple of sidekicks working for you. The deal I offered in February was cherry, quick, quiet, and easy, but it required respect. I had a 50-50 deal ready for signatures 4 months ago. I mostly just have a strong sense of self-worth, and I'm most an empath, so I'm keen to gaslighting, and I usually pick up on how things might go from pretty early on. Past 4 months, the past 4 arrests, jail, treating, and law, my personal freedom with no regard, not to mention using our kids. She made a mockery out of a great marriage, me and herself. She knows we need to talk. She knows she owes me a lot of money, which I hope she's encouraged to finally send. Mind you, this was 2 days ago. And she should surely know that if this goes to trial, it's really not good. I'm also tired of missing my kids' lives while a boy plays house in my home, enjoying my things and my life we both sacrificed for. Ouch. Just ouch. Yes, the 22-year-old is stepdaughter. Thank you. Oh, she actually recorded herself. Oh, that was her. So he didn't even know that. All right, it was her recording. I apologize then. I thought it was him. So she recorded that. And he was calm as can be, not even knowing that she recorded that. That just makes him even better of a person. I naturally assume that he recorded that. And that's why he was like being so calm. But no, she actually recorded and he didn't even know it was being recorded. People can always go low and use power and threats. That's a tremendous strength in showing them kindness and forgiveness in turn. But I'm also codependent and think I can help them by offering my strength instead of more pain by going low myself. What she mainly will use in examples of my abuse is that I've come to learn is exactly reactive abuse. She did fucked up things and then makes me the bad guy for whatever example she uses when I finally do react, which usually takes a lot. Typical narcissistic. I've seen and heard the story she is preparing, and they all focus fully on the effect and never even mention the cause. Well said. Apologies sound like, but you didn't appreciate me enough when Aiden was a baby, so you can blame me. Okay. 1, I don't personally support manipulating legal devices meant to protect abused individuals to further abuse them. Reread that until it smacks. She is entitled to half exactly, and are talking about companies, not your savings account. It's a bit more complicated, and there's a legal process and protected rights, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. 3, reread 1 until you see no reason to respond. I don't want her to go broke. Me and the kids lose on that more than she does. I would like to be treated like an equal, expedite all of it, unblock me so I can at least call my kids. And she has a court order for soon to me 5 months worth of income. It's mandated. I'm tired of being pressed financially because everything is frozen. And yes, not even something to debate. There's legal consequences. That's what I want. Quick and easy, 50% and be done. Split custody for her to pay me what's legally demanded and to be able to call and text the kids directly without going through her hoops. All right, let me just address this for a second. Okay. First of all, I know a lot of people are probably getting on him like, oh, you shouldn't take half the money. He's a gold digger. He's this, he's that. He's entitled to it. If it was a reversed, and I'm going to use them as an example, Popcorn Planet. I don't know why I always use them as an example. But if Popcorn Planets, I forgot the guy's name, if him and his wife split up and his wife was entitled to half, I think that would be a totally different, taken a different way. People just assume that the wife is entitled to half. The woman is entitled to half. But to be honest with you, no, he is. If he helped build her business from the ground up, he is entitled to half. He just is. And I think he's not asking for anything crazy. No, but Avery, she's doing that. She's bashing him in every video she does. Now, mind you, this was 1 day ago. He wrote this 1 day ago. It's okay to be human. I'm wrong. I make mistakes. All right. This was 22 hours ago. I don't see a reason she shouldn't be able to help herself out of this mess. And it could even help her career if she takes it seriously. I'd start by dropping the bullshit narrative and lies about me. And I'd start by fixing every little lie or half-truth she and a mother have affected our children negatively. Stop focusing on things I've done in response to fucked up shit that you've initiated. She willfully and intentionally damaged the closest relationship 3 people had. Is a time thing. It's not personal. We did everything together and talked every single day about all things. They're my besties, even on the weekends. Fixing that would be what I started. Please, for the love of God, you can block me, but you should never block children from having phone calls or even texts with their parent. Mom, dad, it makes no difference. What you're doing is cruel and unusual behavior type stuff. Honestly, doesn't look good in court or in public either. I fixed the kid's perception and ability to communicate like yesterday. He couldn't be more right about that. He is 150% right about that. If she's really doing that, there are names for that. She's not allowed to do that. she's not allowed to keep the kids from her. It's exactly, I was getting to that, Angel. It's parental alienation. It's not going to help her. It's only going to hurt her. And she could lose custody over that. Like, they don't fuck around with that. You don't have to like him, but you were married to this man for years. You had you had 2 kids with him. So he wasn't such a bad guy until you cheated on him, and then all of a sudden he's a bad guy. Are you kidding me? Like, seriously? No, he's not. The judge is not going to take this kindly. And I don't know what lawyer is telling her otherwise. She's got money, so she's got to have a good lawyer. This is not going to pan well for her, and he's 100% right. I'd let the divorce play out unimpeded, settling with a 50-50 split and anything else the court awards. I'd also pay what I owed the other person so I didn't look like I was just trying to be disrespectful to them or their finances. That check is supposed to sting each month because its consequences, it could be much worse. So he is, I guess, asked for a certain amount of alimony. She's supposed to give it to him. He's not. She cheated. It's not good. Like, this is just not good. She did have a good man, Gina. She fucked it up. Make amends and get some help. It does require admitting to yourself that there is a problem, though, and taking accountability when you're wrong. We all do it, but you struggle hard. Your family screws you each time they turn a blind eye in this regard. They know that, or they're gullible as fuck and would believe anything you said to them. Most families do, by the way. Practice empathy. It's not intuitive for a lot of people, and that's okay. But everybody should practice using it in almost every human interaction. Let someone have their moment without bringing yourself into the picture. And if someone takes the time to give you open and respectful feedback, take it. If someone is taking the time to try and help you, at the very least, deserve the respect to listen to it and either take or respectfully disagree with. They're not always right, but neither are you. None of us get it right all the time. Stop bringing up the past to excuse the present. You're better off either forgiving or moving on, because there is nothing that I have done to you that you haven't forgiven yourself for doing to me, and worse. Don't lean into mean. You talk about real men like you have a clue. You had a real man, one of the strongest you are likely to meet. It takes more strength to be kind than to be mean. I think a series on our experience throughout this, and that focused on reunification, could be good for our family and help countless others potentially. I also think it's a long-term marketability is good, because things were the best when we were more family focused. We don't need to be married to reunite our family and move on as friends and business partners. By the way, getting rid of me only pays me, but fucks you and your bottom line hard. Be less hasty. Don't bring your people around the house or the kids, and don't bring the kids to them. It's actually really messed up and confusing for them, and it won't help you maintain a healthy image in the long run. They will look back and think that was pretty fucked up, especially while kept from their dad. Anyways, that's what I would do. Whoa. Just whoa. And just to answer where the video came from, since March 16th, I've been open about the fact that my phone had been cloned using my phone's alternative SIM along with third-party software using developers' API, STKs, modified CC, NGU, Apache, JavaScript, Firebase, and many other cookies, among source codes that were changed multiple times through multiple foreign languages, numerous repositories, etc. Basically, a complex hack job. I had multiple cybersecurity and computer coding professionals confirm, and I already knew. Hell, it's still on all my devices. Every device that takes a Gmail, Samsung, Yahoo, and Microsoft email address to use, which is every Answer smart device connected to the internet, even my thermostat. Long story short, I was having picture and video files modified and rendered broken or irreparable. So I installed apps that copy and download any files that are touched on both my phone and whatever is tethered to it. There are hubs, even in the face of being confronted, ended up supplying me with some of my best evidence. From there, I tracked down the original source codes and was able to take the video with the notice wrap around the banner while files were tampered and in real time. Now, I don't really need anything, and it's all been moved to multiple copies on cold storage for safekeeping. I would never use it unless someone was illegally obtain evidence against me, though, because that's federal stuff. I'm still not sure which video is which. 19 hours ago, 4 times. I was originally the person recommended to get the order. Never wrote a 5-page letter to the court with 80% hearsay and speculation and 20% straight up fabrication, describing a physically abusive person who just throws people around, hitting the kids, driving with them under the influence, getting into multiple car accidents with children on board. I've never driven while on mushrooms, and I think that would be a bad idea for anybody. Okay, so now we know how she got this restraining order, why he can't see his kids because of the bullshit she wrote, allegedly. I don't know the guy, so maybe it is true. I don't know, but I doubt it. I've gotten into a few accidents, but only a single minor one last summer in Tennessee with Aiden, and I never told him not to tell anybody. How would you hide it? Nev wrote, I don't know who Nev is. Nev wrote that I was high when I got into the accident. We were with my father, and we spent the morning driving the tail of the dragon. I was up all night the night before, discovering the affair for really the first time. I bent a rear lower control arm on the skyway because I was tired and dropped the rear wheel off the shoulder. I was tired. That's it. Now, I understand. Oh, Nev is a 22-year-old. Okay. I do understand that if I find out my wife is having an affair, I'm going to research it. I'm going to be up all night. I get it. I totally fucking get it. I found out Brad was cheating. I was a fucking nightmare. Like, I was up probably for 3 days trying to, locate everything and get the phone bill. And I get it. I don't go raging around the house. I did track Steph's SUV with GPS because I suspected an affair and she was lying a lot. I was right. I never had a problem with her closing her bedroom door. I had a problem with her having a completely closed bedroom door when her college boyfriend moved in with her. Oh, sorry, my house, my rules. Get an apartment if you don't like it. I wasn't uncomfortable discussing menstruation. I was uncomfortable not discussing safe sex and why condoms were important to insist on. Anyway, this bullshit went on and on and on. And coincidentally, the judge thinks that I'm actually a monster. So she gave me pre-trial release, 6 weeks of anger management, a psych eval, a chemical dependency eval, a weekly call, and she wanted me to wear an ankle bracelet with GPS. That was after arrest number 3. Fortunately, my caseworker determined me to be a victim of abuse, not an abuser. So I don't have an ankle bracelet. And I just have to check in on Mondays, and I completed anger management, which I didn't really mind. Okay, this is where this gets sketchy. A judge isn't going to just take her word for it. That's not the way judges work. Is it possible that she had some crazy judge? It is possible. But did he not have an attorney? I mean, that's a lot to order. Brad had 10 times worse than he did. I mean, Brad did 9 years federal prison for trafficking a half a kilo of cocaine across state lines, and he didn't even have all this. So I don't know. It just seems weird. I spent Friday and Saturday in jail 2 weeks ago because I haven't received a dime in 4 months and my rent and car payment will go on a bounce. And I really needed my court mandated check deposited that Friday to be available Monday. I never got out of the car and I even took my seatbelt off. I pulled up to the mailbox and dropped off eardrops for one of our dogs, saw there was no check and pulled off. Our mailbox is 350 feet from in front of the house and 400 to our office. She called me after I pulled away and was on my way home and told me to come back and she would have someone run it out. 20 minutes later, I was taken to local PD, processed and given bail, which everybody knew I had no money for. I had to have 2 uncles get money out Saturday because my parents' credit unions closed Saturday and everything was closed by the time I was booked and processed. It sucked, and I'll go to Canada or PA before I go back to this judge. She even arraigned me for a traffic ticket because I had my last charge consolidated and moved to a higher court with an unbiased judiciary. She's about to be real disappointed on Wednesday when she won't be giving my time like she wants to. This is bad, like bad. That was 19 hours ago. For what it's worth, I do think she's probably hurting sometimes and give me a "you said you would love me forever and we could work anything" vibe. But I don't think she understands that that has been a legit relationship. And I want my kids to always respect themselves and not accept being put in a something or third place in future relationships. I agree with that. It's hard, but it's more important that they see a good example of self-respect and strong morals, that it is tempting to take the easy route, take the money and look the other way. I returned from a road trip with Aiden and my father and found the 2-hour-long phone calls to him answer every podcast. I saw a security video of him at our house a lot and him dropping off at 4 a.m. one night. Then I found that he lived at the apartment she drove to at 1 a.m. after some bullshit arguing. It was the night I confronted her, and she had been annoyed for a little while that I was asking questions about being lied to about our company bankrolling his projects when they were poor investments with no way to return our investment. If I said something was inconsistent, I was told I was harassing her. That's the gist of it. Whoa. I did put gas in the car. She was lying. Yes. Hear me out. I never even questioned her until the last 2 years. Complete faith and trust. When nothing starts to add up and you're now secretive about your phone and passwords, something is up. I agree with that 100%. It's a marriage. You both are entitled to transparency. In my opinion, at least you can. And she probably does track everything I do, from location to text to whatever, unless I'm hiding something. I honestly wouldn't care, you know? Why would you? It's your spouse. And I understand with some might disagree. I didn't do anything to ever control her. And I'm a huge pump, not a person to put you down. I do call bullshit though. And I would never call anybody, much less my wife, unlovable. She's a handful. And I don't think many people would stick it out long term or love as deeply because it's rare. And it's difficult to tolerate disrespect and just focus on the person's good when every time you argue, they come off the points and start on you personally. Look, I'm super honest. You would also ask if I could ever fall in love again and get angry if I said yes. But the truth is, love is an action, and it comes down to a person's ability to be completely open and surrender to it. Love is a vibration, and some people will never match energies. Amen to that. All right. If I alleged it, I can prove it. It's like that. 50 gigabytes or so, enough that it's annoying to sort into points and priority, and you can only do it on a new device that's never contacted the 3T Wi-Fi or email. Okay, pretty accurate, but I did everything. Built the company from ground up, did all the admin work, structured a complex and comprehensive estate plan, took care of everybody's taxes and finances, and have done well. All the driving, extracurriculars, cooking, not every day, but all the cooking, full service hosting. I got a Starbucks every morning, took care of the animals, the grounds, the pool, the pond, everybody's schedule, everyone and everything. It was annoying that I had to fear her catch me sitting down, but I own half of Allegedly, and we both have 25% of Criminal Coffee, and she doesn't think I'm worth it. If and hires all these people to replace me, it's going to rip apart her bottom line. I'd still do it just because I am sentimental over the company and protective of the estate plan, which covers all the kids with benefits. That is her husband. Now, who is she cheating with? Well, let's get to that. Hold on. Yeah, I don't know why. Hold on. Hold on, let me just transfer from one to the other. It's just so fucked up. But I guess like it really is hard if you are with somebody who was nothing and then blows up like she did. All right, bear with me. Okay. She writes, I'm a true keeper of receipts. I just want stability and mutual respect. I'm tired of being fucked with, arrested, hacked, slandered, not seeing my kids, and having their heads filled with, oh, I read this already. All right, this one. She's been cheating on her husband, Adam, with James Coleman, the younger brother in the Coleman Brothers, guys that produce and film that cringe web series Serial. I thought Serial was Annie's show. Isn't Serial Annie's show on True Crime, Long Crime, or am I missing something? Because I'm almost positive that Serial is hers on Long Crime. So they are the producers of that. They've been having an affair since February 2023. Adam found out about it and tried to reconcile their marriage. If Stephanie cuts ties with him, apologize and recommit to their marriage. She lied and said she wasn't seeing James anymore, but Adam found way more evidence. That's what I thought. But maybe there's, I mean, he says that they're producing it. Oh, seriously? Okay. So there is, no, I'm pretty sure Serial is her Long Crime. I've seen it. I'm going to look it up. Adam found out about it and tried to reconcile their marriage. But Adam found way more evidence. Security cameras catching him entering and leaving their home, sex, naked photos of James on her phone, GPS evidence of her going to his apartment, allegedly LLC funds, the LLC that Crime Weekly merch is under, and that they're jointly owned, were being used to fund Coleman Brothers projects and to pay for their affair. If all of that isn't bad enough, she's withholding the kids from him while letting James have a fatherly role. She's trash. Whoa. Just whoa. And this goes on and on and on and on. But I could be here for 3 hours going over these Reddit posts. Let's go back to Reddit. All right. So now here are some comments from the video. Wow, it's the most compelling thing I've seen on here. You can't excuse his behavior or try to mitigate it. This is serious. I'm so sorry to the man who had to be on the receiving end of this. I hope you're doing well and healing, Adam. That's the video again. I could take everything from you, but I'm not doing that. I'm a good person. Yikes. I agree with that. She's evil, trash. Those poor kids. I could be the most awful person possible. And this is specifically how I would do so. But I didn't and I haven't. So therefore, I'm a good parent. I'm going to quote the woman herself. What kind of mental gymnastics are you performing to arrive to that conclusion, Stephanie? This video is so eye-opening to how horrendous she is off screen. I am so sincerely sorry. You are at the receiving end of this type of emotional, verbal, reactive abuse. I can empathize with your position. I've had exes who are essentially the same threat. All right, this is the one that wrote about the other one. First, the one that I just read about the cheating. I'm so sorry you're going through this, Adam. I think I speak for everyone who has ever been abused. And I will say the meekness in your voice was so recognizable and it broke my heart because that's the exact voice I used when I had to walk on eggshells around my abusers. So I didn't trigger their wrath. Abusers love making these threats, divorce, arrest, taking everything and everyone you love from you. And that's so true. So true. Oh, okay. Thank you, Avery. And thank you for the super chat. Woo woo. They love knowing that they have power and control over you. They love having you think that they're dangerous. And at any moment, the wrong move will destroy your life. Stephanie Harlowe might have been abused at one point, but one thing is exceedingly clear is that she has become the abuser. This is textbook emotional manipulation and abuse. I 100% agree with that. 100%. The part that got me, other than the chilling way she said, but I am not going to do that. Doesn't that mean anything to you? I'm a good person. Was so gleeful. She was when she said she could have had him arrested in front of their daughter. She would happily have, in the son. She would happily have his father paraded around in handcuffs in front of his child if it meant winning. She doesn't give a rat's ass about how this will permanently scar her own children. Take her down, Adam. I know you're a love and light type. You're a much better human than I am. But if you need a fire and brimstone friend, my DMs are open. For your kid's sake, her and her toxicity have no place in society. I have no shred of love or compassion for abusers. I agree with that 100%. 100% I agree with that post. Hey, Denise. This is so fucking gross. Also, does she actually not understand marital property division? I'm so disappointed in her if this isn't the epitome of gaslighting, being a narcissist. So this is just over and over and over about the video. Aside to her, I'm not surprised by her hubris, the absolute venom in her voice. She was showing who she is so clearly. She also sounds drunk, which makes me think she was often a mean drunk. God. Also, for arrest, Jesus Christmas. Went over Adam's comment, history, and damn, he's a cool dude. Actually, deeply saddened by this whole thing. I learned a lot about how even I could approach marriage or partnership because of his perspectives. Adam, keep sharing nuggets of wisdom, please. If you wrote a book, I'd read it. She's throwing away something really good, but why? And this just goes on and on. She was extremely mean, drunk to me when I went to meet her at a meet and greet they planned. Not like I went up to her having some private time at a bar. I went to meet her and she was wasted, hammered, and very rude and mean to me, and I'm a huge fan of hers. Respected her and it broke my heart, but I chalked it up to nerves and getting too drunk. The next day, it was a repeat of the same issues. I went to CC for her, and I still haven't gotten over the shock, hurt, and disappointment. I can't imagine a whole life of marriage full of that. What year? I used to go to most. I'm sorry you had that experience, especially because you paid to be there. I hope you found many other redeeming and positive memorial moments. So she charges for a meet and greet. Okay. What God was this? Oh, it's Crime Con. Girl, I'm so sorry. We need a full story time. What did he say to you? Is Derek there? How did he respond? But is Stephanie legitimately a QAnon supporter? I've heard that insinuated several times. This is crazy. And there's tons of side Reddits to it. Tons. It just goes on and on and on. And I'm not even a member. Like, I didn't even have to join and I could see all of it. I found this subreddit. I need to share my experience. She isn't very bright. Seems like she'd be sucking into things. I can see her falling from an MLM scam. The way she argues is so arrogant and narcissistic. She has no capacity for critical thinking, which also unveils her lie of having been to college to study psychology. What does one thing have to do with another? She doesn't argue you have to be intelligent to engage in a healthy argument. She belittles anyone who doesn't worship her. I agree with that. I actually remember this tweet, not your interaction specifically, but the whole ordeal. It was a huge letdown that she and so many other true crime podcasters were fooled by that nonsense. You're 100% right to have gotten that vibe from her. Had a weird engagement with her, having like 10 guns in her home and inciting everyone else to get guns to protect themselves. I'm also a former Black viewer. These were things she would say in her videos that set off my spidey senses. That's when I started looking at her Twitter. Creators tend to be different on YouTube than Twitter in order to be advertiser friendly. During the pandemic, she fully went into Karen mode, right-wing conspiracy parroting, and that's when I unsubscribed and stopped watching her main channel. Yep, she went full Q. She definitely buys into looking far-right conspiracy theories, which also made me start paying closer attention to her commentary. She said stuff about Black Lives Matter, too, that got me reevaluating her. What did she say? Yes, please do share. On her video in Gabby Petito's murder, she got to discussing the police were criticized for their inaction prior to a death. She defended them by saying, police are just too afraid to do anything now because of BLM. That was the moment she made me stop watching. Did she really say that? Like, did she honestly say that? What the fuck does BLM have to do with bumfuck Utah, wherever they were pulled over? Not really shocking. She's a Trump supporter. Your BF now husband read her very well all along. So glad you posted this and thank you. How fucking disgusting. Threatening to acquire an order of protection under false pretenses. These are meant for people. This was 12 hours ago, by the way. 12 hours. These are meant for people who really are in danger, and you pull a stunt like this. If you genuinely were a victim and need a protection, you'd have the order already. Moreover, the fact you feel the need to tell Adam what you could do rather than actually doing it means that you're willing to abuse a system put into place for people truly in need. Allow me to be the first to tell you this. Stephanie Harlow, I know you see this. How fucking dare you? It's hard enough to have Leo, law enforcement, believe victims as it is. When Leos don't believe victims, victims end up dead. Maybe that's why you don't mind. You'd have more cases to cover. You're a narcissist. It's sick, and I hope Adam goes scorched earth. You don't want to be financially responsible for him. Dude, you're not Melinda Gates. I think we should start a GoFundMe for Adam. Why? So we can end your current and future reign of terror. Your kids will see this one day. Then spend time researching parental alienation, and you might lose them. Quit while you're ahead. Admit your mistakes. Put the pipe down, ADHD medication down, and get help. You need therapy. That's a heavy fucking post. And that was 12 hours ago. She was on IG last night commenting and deleting comments. LOL, this already got reported for harassment. Stephanie Chantal lives on the sub, just like Jessica Kent lived on hers until she filed enough false intellectual property claims and got the sub nuked. Jokes on JK though. The only views she got from it was snarkers. Now her channel is dead despite buying bots. Who's Jessica Kent? I know that name. She doesn't think she's lying. In her mind, she's all real. She's living in a world of her own delusions. All this true assessment and anger aside, how the actual fuck does this woman parent her kids? Adam says he was doing everything as far as the kids went. Stephanie's still working all the time, brags about how she works every day, and somehow has time to bone through little caveman dude. I'm a working mom, and I feel like I barely have time to poop most days, much less work out every day and have a goddamn affair. Are our kids okay? Besides the fact that she's got to be a toxic parent, her youngest is the same age as mine, and that age still requires a lot of parental involvement. Who is the brunt of all the parenting falling on, if not Adam? OP, I agree. The ADHD meds, her behavior is giving strong Adderall vibes. What the fuck is an Adderall vibe? Good for you. She can stop all this now and still have a career. What order of protection, or what does LEOs mean? Yeah, LEOs, law enforcement. Oh my God, this triggering. Max came home and secretly recorded me as a gaslit me, and I called 911. I'm the one who went to jail because I was upset. Oh, I can relate to that. I've been getting any dumb vibes for a while, but at least Gone Girl was a work of fiction. That video was chilling because I used to enjoy her content. To say I'm a good person after giving a detailed threat about giving a father away from his children, no ick, GIF is big enough. Was she having an affair? Whoop. One of the Coleman brothers, more specifically James Coleman, the lumberjack-looking brother. And if you're not sure who they are writers, producers, cameramen of Coleman Brother Productions who hired Stephanie for that short movie, The Offering, and now Serial. I'm freezing? Or it's cold out? 45, shit, I wish. It's like fucking 95. I mean, there are so many subreddits to this. I could be here all day. And it's all from the last couple of days. It's not even like this is from like 6 years ago. This is all like within days. The gory movie, she acts in over the top creepy. It's not doing well. I guess she paid with it using her YouTube money. I never heard of them. I don't jump on the Stephanie hate bandwagon. I honestly don't see what most people are complaining about. However, today's show has me practically climbing the walls. Susan Smith did not have a relationship with a stepfather. She was raped by a stepfather. As a kid, teen, that's called grooming and rape. Susan Smith did not have a relationship with 2 guards at a prison. She was raped by 2 guards at a prison. Inmates can never consent to sex with guards because of the power imbalance. It's widely understood. That's also called rape, Stephanie. Do I think Susan Smith should be paroled? No, absolutely not. But we have to call rape out when we see, no matter what happens. Just because she's trash doesn't mean she's not a victim. That's true, though. I didn't even know she was in any horror films. Now I got to look it up. What was the name of the movies? Oh, hold on. Oh. Serial. A horror web series starring Stephanie Harlow. There's no views on them. Oh, that's her? She looks old. Hold on. Okay, this is like really bad. I'm just going to play you guys a minute of it. She looks terrible in it. And it's horrible. He's horrible.
So, Mabel, did you know that dandelions are edible? Yeah, I read somewhere that they can be turned into a tea, a soup, or even a salad.
No, Harold, I didn't know that.
Yeah, apparently they're packed.
Like, how fucking lame is that? Let's see if I can find anything else.
Hey.
I just don't even understand it. I mean, granted, I'm not watching it from the beginning, but I don't get it.
Yeah.
Do you want to talk about what?
It's like everything I pull up, it's the 2 of them sitting in a car.
Mabel, I was thinking of something. You know how my mother staying at my Aunt Gertrude's right now. Oh,
Harold, should we talk about what's going on between us? It's getting weird.
talk? Sure, we can talk. Good house.
Can we stop avoiding the subject? I asked you here today because I like you.
Okay, I'm sorry. This is really bad acting. And her makeup is horrible.
Thought you were someone else.
It may be Harry, but I ain't Harold.
Okay.
You look like you could use something a little more refreshing.
Seriously, dude. I'm not in the mood for this. I've had a long day. I see what you're doing. I respect it, but no thank you.
Look, bitch. See anything you like? You want to hold it?
This is such bad acting. It is painful. I agree.
Rise and shine. I was thinking we should hit the road. I have to pick up my mother from my Aunt Gertrude's place, and if we're late, my mother's going to be very upset.
Because you don't have anything better to do with your life.
Why don't we all relax and take a deep breath? We don't have to fight over this.
Harold, this has nothing to do with you. Stay out of it. You know what? I don't have to put up with this. I'm out of here.
Bye, Aunt Gertrude.
That lady was the best actress I've seen at all. I don't understand her makeup. I don't get what they're doing. But it seems she paid a hell of a lot of money for this to be produced.
Have a good night.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I can't stand here silent while people treat you like that.
Look, Mabel, I'm sorry too. My Aunt Gertrude, she can be, well, you saw for yourself how she can be. Can I ask you something, Mabel?
Yeah.
From now on, can you not interfere with family business? I'd like.
You know what's pretty funny though? Is that with all of her subs, she's got, million, like almost 1 million subs or something. She also has Crime Weekly, which has tons and tons and tons of subs. And Coleman Brothers only have 21,000 subscribers. And a lot of these videos don't even break 10,000. Like, this is the only people watching this or enjoying this are her diehard fans. Because this is bad. Even the promo only got 7,000. This is failing miserably. Yeah, that's pretty bad. She fell in the movie and was screwing one of the producers. Acting wasn't a qualification. Very good. I don't know if he's the guy she's cheating on him with. I don't think so. But you never know. Yeah, her acting is, at least Tori Spelling had good makeup. Hold on. All right, so these are the Coleman brothers, but neither one of them are the one she's having an affair with. They're cute though, but neither one of them is James. But I'm assuming he probably looks somewhat like them. He's the guy's their younger brother. So I can only assume that he's as cute as they are, because they really are cute. So let me keep digging. Oh. All right, there's some. Oh, maybe this is him. I don't know. Nah, it's not him. I have no idea who he is. Kind of hard looking for somebody that you don't even know what they look like. James is his name, and he's younger than her, from what I gathered. Oh, she's a horrible actor. That was awful. So I'm looking at her Instagram, trying to find something. What happened to Derek? Derek used to be cute. Look, when they first started, Derek was cute. Look at him now. He looks gross. When did he get so ugly? There's Derek. For someone who won like $1 million, he's looking pretty ugly. See, I used to think Derek was cute. Everyone worried about your relationship status, and I'm just over here screaming, where is your arm, Steph? Seriously, you look fabulous, and you should be so incredibly proud of your hard work. Ew. There's nothing. He's not on here. Okay, so that must be Aiden. Her nipple's sticking out. Okay, I don't know where she was dressed like that. Yeah, I don't see anything with him. See, what I don't understand, I don't get the weird pictures of herself in between crime video. It's just weird. Like that one I get. She just like throws in these weird, sexy pictures. Now she's not. It was only the beginning. Weird. All right. Fucking crazy. Crystal, I would not even acknowledge it. Don't even acknowledge these fucking idiots. Yeah, I can't find the guy. I can't find the guy. I'm just nosy. I want to see a picture of him. But I can't find him. So that's what's going on with Stephanie Harlowe. And it's ugly. Oh. Hold on. Oh, that's different. I was like, oh, look at that. Oh. All right. So there's like step 2. I can't believe I've been on almost 2 hours. I mean, yeah, almost 2 hours. So let me just tell you guys. Nonsense and Brittany J have been fighting and fighting and fighting and fighting and fighting. And Brittany kicks back. Brittany's like, you know what? Fuck this bitch. I'm done. And I get where she's coming from. I should have fucking fought these assholes back instead of just ignoring them. Sometimes responding to them does make a difference. So Brittany is not putting up with it. A lot of people get mad at me. How could I support Brittany? Why do I support Brittany? I'm going to show you guys why I support Brittany. Her comebacks were on point. She never got mad. She just pointed out how the hypocrisy and the bullshit. And I was like, go Brittany. Could not agree with her more. The lack of self-awareness on some of these people is mind-blowing. The shit that I was hearing today was fucking mind-blowing. I'm like cleaning the kids' bathroom. And I'm listening to everybody's going after Betty. Why? Betty is fucking boring. And yet everybody's going after Betty all of a sudden. If you're that fucking desperate that you must go after Betty, that says way more about you than it does about Betty. And I'm not saying Betty's not an asshole. I'm not saying Betty's not trash. Yeah. I've heard people fucking go after Betty, but Do you want to say I was the first one to go after Betty before anyone even knew who the fuck she was? But the fact that so many people are doing this again and again and again and again, it's why are you giving her that much attention? We all know Betty's an asshole, so just fucking let it go. It is ridiculous. But the only reason I brought that up, you're going to hear some of that in the video. But, whoa. But I thought Brittany did an amazing job. Hang on. Now, I didn't even hear the whole video. I only heard some of the video. So I don't even know what the beginning said, but it was like a long video. It was like a 4-hour video. So we're not going to go through the whole thing. But let me find what I want you guys to hear. Okay. Here's a good place to start. It is overkill. Right, Jiggy? I thought she did a great job.
Take my tone down a little bit because this is my problem. This is my problem. What I'm bringing to you, Becky, nonsense, is about Sebastian's case. And then what do? You still don't call her out. You dance around it and you say she's crama. That don't count. It doesn't matter if Granny's crama. It doesn't matter if she's drama. It doesn't matter if she is knitting. It doesn't matter if she's DIY. Whatever. It doesn't matter what label this chick is going by. She's covering Sebastian Rogers' case. And you refuse to comment on the bullshit. Don't you dare say that you are passionate about this because, ma'am, that couldn't be the furthest thing from the truth. I see it for what it is. Oh my God, I'm going to play that. Oh my God, y'all, I need a second. I'm going to play it again. None of you. I don't care about who you like, who you dislike, who did this, who did that, who said this 3 years ago. Sorry, I don't give a shit. We have victims out here being re-victimized on the daily. I'm not here to pick a side between creators. Sorry, I see a bunch of problematic shit with everybody from that community. Sorry, gonna say what it is. There is no business bringing that shit into true crime when you're talking about a case. Sorry, it's all fucking gross. Sorry. I am not a goddamn babysitter on this app, and I will be goddamned if I continue to get.
Let me just point out, nonsense talks about Sebastian Rogers every single fucking day.
Get lumped into Granny or Brittany's bullshit. Period. I'm not your mama. I'm not your sister. I'm not your fucking babysitter. I'm not your friend. The drama is disgusting. And you are interjecting it in under the name of a missing child. I think she has less self-awareness than Granny's watching. Every live stream she does, nonsense, mind you, that I'm talking about, nonsense. Every live stream that you do consists of dragging other people. And guess what it's under? The guise of a missing child. You use Sebastian Rogers' case every single day as a weapon to go after creators and drag them for filth. The hypocrisy and the lack of self-awareness with this chick is mind-blowing. Do you not? Yeah, you know why she's after BHB, C-Star? It's rich. She's just like Granny. When she says she's not going to do something, she immediately does it. 3 days ago, she said, if I was about views and numbers, I would put BHB in my headline. But I'm not interested in that because it's not about views and numbers. That's what she said. And guess what? Every day since she said that, she's covered Bullhorn Betty. It's like God is he does little things to make these people reveal themselves for who they really are. It's unbelievable. She straight up said, if it was about subs and views, I could put Bullhorn Betty in my title and I could get 500 more views on this channel. But it's not about numbers for me. The day after that, that's what she did. She, ever since then, every day after that, she has covered Bullhorn Betty.
Newsflash, Bullhorn Betty would be much better off being ignored. Bullhorn Betty would be much better off if people shut the fuck up about her and just ignored her. Betty is a cash cow. She's been a cash cow for a long time. And these people want to act like the moral authority by going after her. That's why when people talked about my numbers, I'm like, you know what? I could absolutely bring my numbers to 400 or 500. Let me just go after Betty every day. No, thank you. No fucking thank you.
Yes. Don't you dare tell me that I'm bringing drama into Sebastian Rogers' case when that's all you've done. That is all you've done. Sitting there calling people the C words, cussing people, calling them names, going over every one of their videos, and it's all under the guise of a missing child. Can you really sit there and call anybody else out? Oh, she's getting all kind of numbers, Tiffany. All kind of numbers while being monetized and talking shit on other people for exploitation. The biggest hypocrite ever. And when I point out the things that I'm not coming at her with things that Granny's done or other people's done outside of what is relevant. I'm pointing out things that they are doing that involve Sebastian's case, things that she claims she's passionate about. And every single time, it has never failed. Everything that I brought to her and showed her, she deflects and says, I'm not a babysitter. And then you're going to sit here and say Granny's trauma. So I guess that makes it okay that she drags Seth for filth. That's okay, right?
What I do and point out about Brittany is the harm and the misinformation that she is doing in the cases.
And the reason why I say that's total bullshit, because she doesn't do that. And if you're going to tell me that she's the only one, I could point out 15 different creators that all do the exact same information that Brittany does. How come you're not calling them out? How come nobody's calling out the lab who gives misinformation all the time? How about they're not calling out Chris McDouchebag who gives misinformation all the time? How come they're not calling out anybody else that gives out misinformation? Only Brittany. Sit the fuck down.
And I'm bringing you harm and examples of misinformation that Granny and freaking Clue and anybody you support, I come to you or I go live and I show examples of the misinformation and the harm that they're bringing to the case. But when it comes down to it, you deflect every time and you say, I'm not their babysitter. Because you're not who you say you are. You're a fraud.
Brittany continues to bring me into her bullshit because every time I talk about her behavior in cases, she deflects off to, oh, what about Granny doing this? Fuck if I know. Granny's trauma. I'm sorry. I see it for what it is. This is how they maneuver.
Granny's trauma. This is what they do. Sorry. So she can talk, she can say all of the foul shit. She can accuse Seth of having his she can insinuate that Seth freaking had the criminals that he worked with at jail aid him in in helping in the disappearance of Sebastian. She can sit there and call Seth a fraud and say that he's making up his shoulder injury to collect money. She can accuse Seth of not seeing his child for 6 weeks before he disappeared. No, she can sit there and say that the dogs picked up on a scent, and you not correct that misinformation because she's crime, y'all. As long as it's crime, so maybe that's what I should do then. You think if I put it out that I'm crime, she'll stop coming at me about my coverage? I mean, if that's all you got to do to get a pass, so that Becky here will back up, just put that you're crime and you can say whatever you want on a true crime case. Does anybody else see how ridiculous this is?
And I 100% agree with her on that. It seems that if you label yourself as crama, then you could say whatever you want. You could do drama. It was the dumbest thing I think I ever heard, for real.
Ozark said, I remember everything. I've been around for a while. So you see the fake cancer scam and all that crap? I'm over the lies. Thank you. Happy holidays for becoming a member, love. I don't think if I got to thank you. And y'all, I promise we're going to do a regular live stream that's not going to consist of all this. Contessa and GW talking loud in circles, word salad all day long. And now she said she's going to contact her attorney to blame Craig. You're an idiot, Granny. You're an idiot. Please, I'm begging you.
It is so.
Do it.
Nicole, not Nicole. Hold on. Who the fuck is this chick? You always got some shit. Linda. Shut the fuck up. Seriously, Linda. Listen, Linda. I'm not in the mood for your bullshit today, tomorrow, or any other day. Not at all. I am so. Oh my God. Mr. Steal Your Girl. I love how you guys fucking can't. You know what is so funny? Mr. Steal Your Girl. You probably wouldn't fucking steal nothing besides a goddamn headache. Fucking people. You guys are grown-ups. You guys are fucking adults. You are goddamn adults on this app, aren't you? And you're holding on to shit from 3 years ago. My God, if my life was so boring, that all I had to worry about was what so-and-so said 3 years ago, oh my God, Lord have mercy. Y'all are holding on to shit when you were friends. You're not friends anymore. You weren't friends back then. Let me tell you, you weren't friends back then. Friends don't do friends like they do on this app. Friends don't take screenshots and record messages and release them when you're not friends anymore. That's not what a friend is. Y'all need to get out and get some real friends.
Once again, don't speak on things you don't know about. I ain't recorded shit and use it against her. The things that I shared today.
No, Kendra, that's not what she's mad at. She's mad that nonsense goes after Brittany every fucking day.
Granny made public on her own. The cancer stuff, she went public with that and told everybody in the community that she had cancer. It was not something she just merely confided into people that she thought she could trust. That is the biggest lie I've ever heard. It's so funny how she sits here and still tries to low-key defend her. Jesus. It's unreal. This right here is outright and I'm not going to be on here much longer, y'all. I got to go get some drinks from the store. There's nothing here. And I like water. I'm just so tired of water. I've been drinking water all day.
Kendra, she doesn't. I know it seems that way, but she doesn't. She's using, I'll give you an example. You've been with me a long time. She's using GW as an example, the way I would use, who did I used to use an example a lot? The way I use Popcorn Planet as an example. The way I would use, I'm trying to think who I used to go back in the day. I don't even remember. But there were people that I would use as an example all the time. And they would talk about me just as much, but just because they didn't do it on their platform. But what Brittany's really calling out is the hypocrisy of, if you like someone, then it doesn't matter what they do. It's only if you don't like someone, then you rip them apart for every single thing they do. Brittany is being ripped apart by nonsense every single day for the exact same things that everybody else is doing.
Day. But this right here is proof that people don't care about the truth. People, they're not interested in the truth if it doesn't fit their narrative.
This is not acceptable on any of it. And going after each other's children and your parenting and stuff. What the fuck, people? Do you know that
Okay, that's another thing. That's not, we're not going to do that. Nobody's went after this chick's kids, and I refuse.
Now, let me point this out too. And this pisses me off. And I may not win any fans for this, but I'm always honest with you guys, and I'm going to be honest again, whether people like it or not. Granny's Watching has never shown fucking proof for any accusation she makes. Nothing. I even asked her for proof when she was running her mouth. She never produced anything. So she talks a lot of shit and blames a lot of people, but she's never shown proof of anything. Just saying.
To be accused of it. I don't do that kind of dirty, foul shit. I never have. I never have. Did I say that she buys her kids or her child freaking nicotine vapes? Yes. I said she buys her daughter nicotine vapes. That's it. You're not going to put me in that same category. That is what this chick has done to me. She has brought my kids up for 2 years. You're not going to put me in that same category.
there's real victims out here being victimized by all of you? None of you are victims. Sorry. None of you are. Y'all hung out together too and did this shady shit together, and then you turned on each other.
Hold the front door, bitch. No. No, ma'am. There's no hanging out together doing any shady thing together. I didn't do anything shady with Granny's Watching. Nothing. And I can promise you that if I did, that would have been out on Jump Street. Day one, it would have been put out in the community that I do dirt behind the scene. But that's the problem that Granny has with me. That's the main problem she has with me. She can't dig up dirt. Therefore, she tries to use the actions of others against me. That's why she has to use the actions of others and to try to deflect it onto me, because I don't do dirt. So you can scratch that. Once again, you're incorrect. There's no doing dirty stuff privately behind the scenes together. Nice try. That's your jam, not mine.
Believe none of you. Sorry, you were friends with all. No,
you're so full of it.
This shit is gross. Do better, be better, and stop doing it in the name of a missing child.
I will eat my words if someone can produce to me where Brittany does anything in the name of Sebastian Rogers. Honestly, I have never seen her do anything in the name of Sebastian Rogers. I don't see her tag Sebastian and make vile posts about her parents, which I've seen others do, ones that Becky supports. I have not seen Brittany hashtag Seth or Sebastian and then go on and on about something else. If I'm wrong, correct me. But I've seen other people do it. I haven't seen Brittany do it. And I've been watching. So again, if I'm wrong, please show me where I'm wrong. And what I have seen too is Becky do tons of content about Brittany in the name of Sebastian Rogers. That I have seen over and over and over again.
It's still bad, Muffin
Yeah,
House.
we'll see. HDC, did she? HDC, did you know that she said that she's going to contact her lawyer and tell them that my husband called her school? She's going around telling.
Okay. First of all, I don't believe that she has an attorney. Just saying. I don't know why she's running around telling people that. Because from what I understand, correct me if I'm wrong. Again, I don't watch this as close as some of you guys, so correct me if I'm wrong. But the way I understand it is Brittany had somebody call her kids school and she went live about it. And the next day, all of a sudden it happened to Granny and it must be Brittany. Totally. And Brittany never brought it up again. It was just that one day she said, oh my God, you're never going to believe what's going on. She said it. And all of a sudden the next day, Granny had this issue too. And it must be Brittany, blah, blah, blah. If I'm wrong in my time frame or if I'm wrong about that, please let me know. But that's how I heard it. So that's why when I hear like Granny going on and on, something's fishy to me. Something's totally fishy to me.
Them that my husband called her kid's school. We don't do stuff like that. You can believe her if you want to. That's perfectly up to you. But I know better. And I'm not even doing this live on Granny. This is the correct nonsense because she chooses to speak on it and try to tell everybody that Granny didn't tell people that she was freaking had cancer, that she confided in her mods because she was scared. No, you're not going to spin that narrative. You're not going to spin that narrative. She announced it wasn't a mistake. It wasn't an accident. She freaking.
Let me also state, Brittany didn't do this on Brittany's main channel. Brittany has a second channel for like drama and just drama, no true crime. Becky does this on Becky's main channel, where Brittany has a complete other drama channel just for drama. So she's absolutely not doing it in the name of true crime or the name of somebody else. Can't say the same for these other people, but Brittany absolutely did not. That's why she has this whole other channel. And this other channel only gets 300 people, where her main channel, she would have 800 people. But she doesn't do it like that. She does this on her second channel, unlike all these others.
Announced to the fucking public that she had full-blown cancer. That oh my God, the things she said, y'all. Jesus, I'm done.
It's still fucking bad. Yeah, Nora, I didn't either at the first beginning of it. I have no dog in their fight. 3 years ago. Let it go, you guys. It is so unhealthy for both of you.
And she's kind of right about that, but nonsense went after me for shit from 3 years ago. Just saying.
I don't know either one of you like that. Don't want to. I'm sorry. It's nothing personal. But come on, people.
No, HDC. No. Nonsense is spinning a narrative. Nonsense, which is why I'm here right now. Nonsense is saying that Granny talked to her her mods privately because she was scared.
Yeah, but Tim, let's call a spade a spade. They have drama between them. They have fighting between them. It's an old thing that they've always fought over. All of a sudden, Brittany's channel blew up with this case. And Granny hooked on to Dietz and Jonesin and all of them. And then if you notice, Granny's whole personality changed. She talks differently. She no longer gets upset. She has she talks like Dietz, if you haven't noticed. And now she's all calm and she's totally different. I stopped supporting her a while ago because of it. Like, I don't like fake people. And Dietz is Dietz. There's only one Dietz in the world. Stop trying to copy her. Like, you're not her. And that shit fucking annoys me to no end. So, and once I noticed that, no, done. So, and I like Dietz, but you don't need two of you. You only need one Dietz. But the stuff with Brittany and Granny has gone on for a long time. But the fact that Brittany gets shit for stuff that everybody else does, including Granny, it's not okay. And when someone is making money off your name and you're not making money on their name, but they're making a ton of money on views on your name, it's fucked up. And you get pissed and you get aggravated. And Granny started, all of a sudden, Brittany became a hot topic when Brittany's channel blew up. And that's fucking bullshit. Let her do her thing. She's not doing anything wrong. She's not bothering anybody. Just let her fucking do her thing. But they can't. And then they all jumped on Sebastian Rogers. And now all of a sudden, Brittany's doing this. Brittany's doing that. Brittany having people on her panel giving misinformation is no different than Queen Bee having people on her panel giving misinformation. Plain and simple. But how come nobody ever goes after Queen Bee for that? Why? Because it's not Queen Bee's fault if somebody comes on panel and says something. Brittany is no different. But I don't see anybody saying anything about QB's panel guests. Why? Why is it only Brittany? That's bullshit. That's what Brittany's talking out about. And I don't blame her.
About her pap smear and that I put out her private conversations to use her medical against her, which is the biggest lie that she's told so far. I cannot believe that she's really saying that. That's not what happened. Anything that I've shared has been public. Though that cancer stuff, Granny made public because she put that out publicly. It wasn't confided in her mods. She put it out publicly to freaking get ahead with the community to manipulate. Please, yeah, I do want HDC to go back and listen. So you, like, if you can, so you can understand. I'm not coming at you, doll, at all. I adore you. But she's fucking telling people that she's accusing my husband of calling her kid's school and claiming she's going to her attorney. I really hope you do. And not only that, HDC, her mod has been live right now for 3 hours about me. Her moderator has been live dragging me in the mud for 3 hours. So it has not stopped.
They hate each other so bad. And I get it. They've done shitty shit to each other. They were involved with groups of people who tried to destroy each other's lives on a personal level.
Okay, you got to stop there. No, ma'am. They were involved with groups of people that tried to destroy each other's lives on a personal level. Nope. Nope. I don't do real life. Never done real life, and I ain't starting now. So you're not going to say that either. Well, you know what? You can say it, but I'm going to be right here to tell you you're wrong. Once again, I was not involved with a group that tried to destroy her life. Never went real life on this chick. Never have. Never been interested in doing it, nor would I. So you can take that one back too. Once again, you're live. You're once again you're wrong, and you lied about that too. It's unreal. You should not speak on things that you don't have knowledge of.
Over disagreements on the internet. I'm sorry. I don't like it at all. I've seen it done to many people on this app where they're friends with somebody and then they're a part of all the shit that goes on. And then as soon as, oh, well, wait, I realize this is happening, then they turn around and they release it. That's not friends, guys.
I haven't done that, guys. I'm not a part of anything that she's done and then turned around and released it. I had at best a 2-month peace treaty with this chick, and we barely talked. I can count on one hand the amount of times that we talked privately on the phone.
Guys, that's not even adulting. That's some shady ass clown shit. If you got friends like that, you don't need fucking enemies. Let me tell you. If you surround yourself with people that will do you like that, you don't need enemies. You already got them in your midst.
Right. Once again, y'all, the things that this chick has done, and she can sit here and say these things, it's unreal. Like, I don't even know why I'm giving you the time of day nonsense. You have done some of the dirtiest stuff to people, and then you're going to sit there and talk like you're so flabbergasted and blown away with somebody showing some messages from a conversation. Girl, what you've done trumps that 5 times over, and you know it. But you know it's on YouTube. People are frauds. This person is a complete fraud. Absolutely, you don't lie about having cancer. That brings bad karma. It won't get the liar. It'll get someone they love. No, don't lie about that kind of stuff. How many of us have lost loved ones to cancer? And then people make excuses for her. Why don't you actually listen to what I'm trying to tell you and what other people are trying to tell you and take heed to what we're saying? We're telling you that you're dealing with someone that's so maniacal. She's absolutely maniacal and so dirty and foul beyond words that she's willing to announce to an entire community of people that she has cancer and she's full blown, and that her nurse has told her she needs to get a final will, and that her nurse told her
Tim, because Nonsense brought it up or something. Nonsense had brought up that it didn't matter or something, and it's a big thing. And let me just give you a little personal story. I always believed Granny with her original story that she misunderstood and that, it was an error on her part. I get that. She's not the brightest bulb, so I could see where she would be mistaken. And I also believe her that a nurse told her that she may have had something or didn't have something. But once I got cancer and I saw the way it was and I saw the way it actually went down, I had a whole different opinion. Because this wasn't somebody else having it. This was me. And I had a nurse. Actually, let me rephrase that. It wasn't a nurse that told me. They went to the doctor who then came in and told me. But a nurse kind of, said, yeah, we believe it is, blah, blah, blah. So I believed her on that point. And I never doubted her for that, ever. But then she doubled down. And once she doubled down, and then I heard recently that she's telling different people different things when the proof is out there. That's when I started was I taken for a fool? Because I did always give her the benefit of the doubt. And I did believe her. But as someone who actually was diagnosed with cancer, I took more shit than she did for lying about it. Not for any other reason than I guess I'm just more hated than she is. And I'm trolled more than she is. But all of a sudden, because she's getting really good views, people don't want to talk about it. People don't want to touch it. That's how fucked up these righteous do-gooders are. If you're getting good numbers, we're not going to come after you. But if you're getting bad numbers, we're going to come after you. It's fucking ridiculous. But Nonsense had brought it up. So Brittany was saying that is like the lowest thing you could ever do. And a lot of Brittany subs have never forgiven Granny for that because they lost someone to cancer or something. Now, again, I understand where people could be confused the way she told the story. But recently I've heard that she's telling different stories to different people. Brittany brings that up at one point, and that's why I think Brittany kind of brought this whole thing to light. And that's just my take on it.
It's not a matter of if, it's a matter of how far it's spread. That's disgusting. Instead of taking heed and saying, wow, that, you know, that I don't know if I can trust anything this person says. Somebody that's willing to lie about something like that, y'all, that's a dangerous ass person.
But I can also assure you, no doctor told her she only has a few months to live before they even got all the tests in. No doctor told her that. But that's when she asked for, she was going to take her kids to Disney because she only had a couple of months to live and this would be her last trip. No doctor told her that. That was a complete fucking lie. But that seems to be forgotten about.
So what? Hey, Brittany, I was in both chats. I would like to tell you what I would do if someone was trying to make a lie out of me. You need to get voices I don't like, but put the lie out about. I showed the proof of that on my live from earlier. I showed the proof she lied about cancer. But like I said, people believe what they want to believe. So with that being said, believe what you want to believe. You find out the hard way.
Jill, and I understand that I don't like my oncologist, so they gave me a nurse practitioner instead of my oncologist, so I don't have to deal with my oncologist because I don't like her. And I love my nurse practitioner, but even a nurse practitioner is not going to tell you you have a couple of months to live. They're never going to do that, especially before tests came back. That's never going to happen. And I didn't know this then, but since I actually had cancer, I do know this.
You don't have to listen to me.
Bye, COVID.
But she did. That's why she got money for the Disney trip. She said that she wanted to take her kids because the doctor said she doesn't know how long she has. She did say that. I remember that. That was the whole reason for that trip. And correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure I remember that.
You know what? Just another troll. And that's fine. They don't have to like each other.
Sunshine.
They
Here's the problem.
Lynn, at first I'm like, monitoring me. What are you talking about? I think now it's once every 6 months. But each doctor is like different things. Like my surgeon was 6 months from January. So he might see in August. My oncologist is every 6 months. My mammograms and stuff is every 6 months. But there's like other doctors I see like in between.
Problem. And I know that you mean well. And so I'm not trying to like, please don't take this as an attack. But that's the problem. People look at her from a normal life, like she's normal. Granny's Watching's not a normal person that you can talk your differences out with. Oh my God, she's not interested in that. That's not the.
Yeah, radiology I see once every 6 months from the day that I finished. So yeah, it's not like in between. But most of the time it's every 6 months. If I had to give an average, it's like 6 months for each of them.
Kind of person she is, you guys. Let me just put it to you this way. She's Lucifer in a woman's costume. I'm not playing with y'all. This person is evil.
She's talking about nonsense, not about Granny's watching, just so everyone's clear. Well, Lynn, they want me to take these hormone pills that I don't think I'm going to take just because of the side effects on them. I mean, I have them, but I don't think I'm going to take them. I could lose weight and do the same effect. So that's what I'm going to do. That's what I've been doing. And by the way, I've said this before. I'm going to say it again. Just so you know, cancer cells sit in fat cells if you're past menopause. So the best thing you can do for yourself is be thin after menopause. The heavier you are, the higher your chances are. If you've had cancer, that cancer cells could sit. Not tamoxifen. Tamoxifen is before menopause. There's a different drug that I'm supposed to take. It's in the same class as tamoxifen, but she told me tamoxifen is before menopause. This other one is after menopause, and I'm past menopause. But it does. Cancer cells sit in fat cells when you're post menopause. That's pretty much it, though. I thought Brittany did a brilliant job. I thought she did an amazing job, and she's 100% right in everything she said. And if you don't want Brittany to talk about you, then don't fucking talk about her. Yeah, I just learned that, Annie. See, Criminal Med, my doctor explained all the side effects. She told me that I could have bone pain, that it's going to cause bone density later on. What the fuck? Why do I want to do that to myself? I don't want to be 80 and not be able to walk. Yeah, I didn't know it either until 2 weeks ago or a week ago. Whenever I saw her last, I said, so I could lose a lot of weight and have the same effect? She said, yeah, the thinner you are, the less chances that you'll have, fat cells. I thought it was interesting. You didn't have any effects from it? Well, maybe I should try it then. I don't know. I'm just nervous. She gave me all these side effects. I'm nervous. My mom said she has bone density issues. Yeah, but Jill, she didn't bring up GW. Nonsense did. So you can't really blame her for that. 137.99 since January. See, that's what Phoenix does. Phoenix lost 20 pounds since he's been home. I don't even eat a lot. I just can't lose. I don't gain, but I can't lose. Kendra, I agree. It's all these righteous do-gooders. I'm so perfect. Oh, it's horrible, Lynn. I will never do it again. Ever, ever, ever. Never, ever, ever. Yep. I agree. That's why I only did 3 rounds and I was done. I said, I'm not doing anymore. I'm finished. Finite. Done. Done, done. Annie, if I only ate 1 meal a day, I'd gain weight. Like literally. Fat cells would store and I'd gain weight. I need to get fat cells sucked out of me. Suck them out. That's what I want. Just suck all the fat cells out of me. I'm done. And I don't know why chemo didn't kill fat cells. I say chemo should kill fat cells. especially if that's where it's in. I do exercise, but not enough. I need to walk more. I'm going to start walking again. Because, I mean, I have like bad knees. I can't really do too much. We just want BJ to stick with the agreement. She requested. I understand that, Jill. I don't know about any agreement. But I just know that she didn't bring you guys up. It was nonsense it did. Do they really? I wish I could do liposuction as a preventative. Shit. But how are you going to suck every single fat cell out? You'd have to take it out of your whole body. Oh, she made the agreement today? I don't know. I don't speak to her outside of YouTube. You know, like outside of her thing. I have a bike. I ride a bike. Yeah, but lipo will no, not lipo for fat. Get liposuction to suck out any cancer cells. That would be awesome. I wish I could afford that. All you need is unlimited funds. We said there's this building for sale, like not far from where I am. And it's the way it's like pictured, the way it's like centered. I'm like, oh my God, that would make such an awesome candle studio. So I sent it to Sage. I'm like, Sage, I think we should buy this building and do a tarot, crystals, and candles. I think it would be an awesome store. She's like, oh my God, Mom, that would be great. I'm like, yeah, all we need is like $500,000 to buy the building. She's like, yeah, right on that. But it's such a cute store. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know anything about that, Jill. I wish I did, but I just don't. I can leave her a comment and ask her. But I do know she was just going after nonsense. Yeah, I don't think she broke it out of the blue. But I think it just had to do with nonsense. And I get where she's coming from when it comes to nonsense. I've been in Betty's position where all these people are making money off me. All these people were talking about me and I couldn't do anything. And I tried ignoring it. I get where she's at. And I had sympathy when it was Granny. So I do. I truly get it. Hold on, I'm going to show you guys. All right, check this out. How cute would that be? Painting it and changing it into a candle store, tarot store. I said we could paint like big tarot cards on the side. How perfect would that be? I think that would make the perfect store. It's like right on a corner. And it's a busy corner. I think it would be perfect. But uh-huh. Yeah, I don't know, Jill. I don't know anything about it. Yeah, but hold on, what mod was live for like 3 hours that she mentioned? She said there was some mod of Granny's that was live for like 3 hours. Maybe that's why she did it. I don't know which live it was though. But there was some mod that was going after her. Megan, maybe? See, but Jill, let me ask you, why is it a we thing? Shouldn't it just be one? Like, shouldn't it just be between her and Granny? Like, what's the we? Is everyone French? Like, if I have an issue with the creator, it's between me and that creator. Okay. So think about it. Because a few mods have channels. And it's a few people against Brittany. Yeah, I know you guys all have history together. And that I do know. And then I heard like Voices was in Nonsense's chat trying to tell her the truth. GW put a live on members and she mentioned Brittany. Well, I think I need numbers, so let's just talk about Betty all the time. We'll just go after Betty. I'm kidding. I don't need numbers that bad. I'd rather have no numbers than to talk about fucking Betty. I think I'd rather shoot myself. Mega VR is a crafting channel and she used to mod for BJ and has been calling the lies out. Yeah, but Jill, see, that's the thing though. Maybe that's where the confusion comes in. That it's just Brittany. Unless Brittany, like, I don't know personally, but like, are Brittany's mods going after Granny? Or is it just Granny? I didn't know even there was. You start talking about BHP, I gotta go. Kendra, whose channel? Hers or his? Now that kind of shit's funny. Her channel or his channel? The banner's getting annoying. Well, if I ever want to get rid of Crystal, I'll just keep talking about Betty. No. Her? All right, let me see. Now that shit's funny, though. X. Let's see. Your likes are now private. We are making likes private for everyone to better protect your privacy. Liking more posts will make your For You feel better. Okay. Oh, here's Sly. Here's that fight. Okay, so Sly, I turned on YouTube and I turned on Twitter and we got that fight. So for anyone following the Karen Reed case, you know who Turtle Boy is. It seems the McAlberts jumped or started fighting with Turtle Boy, something like that. Well, here's the video.
Oh, look who it is. Look who's here. Here she is.
You know what? I'm so sick of shit.
Oh, she stole
I'm sick of your shit. Okay? Enough is enough. You're a prick.
Can I have
You
my phone?
know. How's the kids? How's the kids? They must be so proud of their dad.
That's assault, Joe.
That's not assault.
I'm gonna need my phone back.
Fuck up,
I'm gonna need
bird.
my phone
You're a
back,
fucking
Joe.
bird.
I'm gonna need my phone back, Joe.
You look fatter than me.
I'm gonna need my phone back.
Boom. You're a fat fuck.
I need my phone back, Joe.
Where's your shirt? Where's your top
I'm
lip?
gonna need my
Where's your
phone back,
top
Joe.
lip? And oh, I'm sorry. Didn't you go loopy? Didn't you go crazy?
Bill, can I please
You
have my
shut the fuck up. No one
Bill,
else.
can I have my phone back, please? Can I have my phone back, please, Joe?
Go
Can I have my
ahead.
phone back?
Give me the
I
phone.
need my phone back, Joe. Don't you worry. I need my phone back. I need my phone back. Okay, so that just happened. That just happened. That just happened.
Piece of shit. I have wrinkles. I don't care, but guess what? I have a good heart.
You have a
You're
great
a
heart.
prick. You're going to jail, and I cannot wait. And guess what? You're going to be without a boyfriend because this prick is going to jail.
I mean, I'll be with my boyfriend longer than you will. You're just gonna die.
Okay, don't even worry about it. She's not worried. She's. This is a try. Just let her talk. Just let her talk. Just let her talk. Just let her talk.
You're the one yelling right
Just
now.
let her talk. Don't
Guess
even
what?
talk
She's
back.
on
Don't
you.
even talk back. Don't even talk back.
All right, I gotta be honest. I actually feel bad for her. She's obviously anorexic. You could see it in her neck, her face, everything. So I kind of feel bad for her.
Don't even talk back. Who are you yelling at?
Who are you? Like, look at you. How many times you got punched in the nose?
I don't know.
Your teeth, you make fun of my teeth. You want some shit?
No, it's mostly your skin, but okay.
My skin, I
Yeah.
have wrinkles. I don't care.
I
Guess
mean-
what? I stick up for my family. How many siblings do you have? Has anyone stuck up for you?
A bunch.
No, they don't like you.
They don't?
like you.
Okay, if you say so.
You guys can all tape me. Like, why are you taping me?
I can't imagine why. I can't imagine why anyone would want
I'm
to tape
so
you.
sick of
Your
calling
behavior
out
is
my
normal.
family.
No one's harassing anyone. I'm just trying to eat dinner.
Why are you here?
Because I'm hungry. Because they serve food in here.
Why are you here to cause trouble?
Because I want food.
How is this going on?
Because when you're hungry, you eat food.
Well, why don't you just leave everyone alone?
I am. I'm just trying to eat food.
Why are you out here?
I got assaulted by Jim Farris. We're walking out. Some people asked me to take pictures, and next thing you know, Jim Farris comes up to me and assaults me. You drove up here. Look at this shit. You're double parking because they killed John O'Keefe. Yes, they did. They obviously killed John O'Keefe. I was not there, but Colin was. I did not kill John O'Keefe.
Are you guys coming?
Like,
So
we'll see.
He got assaulted. He got assaulted again, and his phone was.
I mean, that's why Ryan said that he didn't see John O'Keefe was not in the car or outside the car. Like, that's why he testified that. So we got that on video, right?
Yes, I.
Okay. We got. So
You take me all you want. I don't care.
no, we're not gonna tape. I'm just gonna tell the cops what happened.
I don't
Yeah,
wanna
keep
stop
going.
it.
Keep
You're
going.
fucking dick.
Keep going.
Go away. Why are you here?
She stole my camera out of. She drove up here, jumped out, and stole my camera. And we got it on video. We got it all on video.
Okay. Now I will say this though. You cannot like Turtle Boy. I'm not a Turtle Boy fan. I don't watch him. I don't care for Turtle Boy. However, call a spade a spade. She would not have Jackson without Turtle Boy. She would not have the support without Turtle Boy. And Turtle Boy literally has turned an easy win for the prosecution into probably one of the hardest wins that they're going to ever have. So people can say what they want about him, but no, I'm sorry. He definitely changed the course of this case and Karen's innocence. Without him, they wouldn't have done that. Just saying. All right. All right, here's another piece of that video. There's 3 videos that were posted. I don't know who the girl in pink is.
Just touch her?
Maybe a little fucking soft.
She doesn't want you to touch her. What's wrong with you?
We had a nice conversation. I just didn't
Why are you touching her?
I don't know why I'm
You're talking to her?
You just touched her, bro.
Asking her why she's with a fucking loser like you.
Why are you touching her?
She's not a loser.
Such
She's
like
a good
that?
person.
Yeah,
Ask her
I don't
why
think it's
she's
such a loser.
fucking hooking up with like a loser like that. Get the fuck out of here.
What?
You don't like Canton. No one wants you here. Get the fuck out of here. You fucking loser guy. Let's go. You're a loser guy. You and all your fans are big fucking losers. Guy's a fucking loser. Love the town of Canton so much he has to come hang out here. Get the fuck out of here, dude. You're a fucking loser.
So this is what we came out to. You just touch her?
Maybe a little fucking soft.
She doesn't want you to.
I don't understand. The girl in pink is Turtle Boy's girlfriend, and these guys and this guy touched her. Am I hearing this right? That's kind of fucking ballsy.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
Oh, look who it is. Look who's here. Here she is.
You know what? I'm so sick of your shit.
Oh, she stole
I'm sick of your shit. Okay? Enough is enough. You're a prick.
Can I have
You
my phone?
know? How's the kid? How's the kid? They must be so proud of their dad.
That's assault, Joe.
I'm gonna need my phone back. Fuck up, bird. You're a fucking bird. You look fatter than me.
I'm gonna need my phone back.
Boom. I'm fat.
I need my phone back, Joe.
You shut up, Richie Chocolate.
I'm gonna need.
All right, so that was second half of that. Dang. Here's more to it, I guess. Why you guys gonna get me started on Twitter? I'll be here for another hour.
Gating?
No, Colin was leaving and then he decided
Taking
to
a
come
picture?
up to us.
So you're. So what?
He came up
So
to
what?
us.
What did I do? He came
We
up
were
to us.
walking on a sidewalk.
We were
We're allowed to
walking
walk
in.
on a sidewalk. No, we didn't.
Justice for Peter Berger. You'll beat my face. You could. You're right. You seem really intimidated. You seem really intimidated. I'm glad you said that on film. I'm glad you said that on film. Oh, really? Guys, see? Just in case you were entitled to feel bad for these people at all. This is who they really are. Look at these animals. Look at these goons. Look at these goons. Goons. Goons.
I'm actually with somebody in the.
I don't know. I feel like she's somebody. I know. Under Armour, it's gay as shit. I know. It's gay. I'm so gay.
Actually,
I'm not the.
I don't think I'm a bomb.
For what kid? I don't know, Colin. I feel like of the two of us, I'd be a little more worried about jail if I was you, son. I don't. I'm just saying. I feel like I'm gonna be good. Yeah. Are you scared? I thought you were intimidated. I'm just trying to eat dinner, bro. I'm just trying to eat dinner. I come out here. There's a goon. Well, you got assaulted by your goons.
Call the Canton police now. This has been going on 11 minutes. 11 minutes.
Yeah, call the Canton police. Tell them to come down here. We got a video of Jim Farris assaulting me on video. So.
Yeah, it's been 11 minutes.
Yeah.
They show up really fast when they call.
So, because.
So why is your wife taking video? Am I in America?
I'm
allowed to do whatever. I'm in America.
Yeah, we're just trying to. I just came out of. I just got dinner and I come outside and I got assaulted by Jim Farris. It was bizarre. It was bizarre.
That's right. He can't fight back because of his court. Okay, that makes more sense. Because I was wondering why he didn't deck the guy that touched his girlfriend. But yeah, that makes more sense now. All right, now we moved on to Tyler Swift. Maybe not. Jennifer Coffindoffer, the defense's still expert, was dismal. Haas long to die in cold research did not happen at 2:07. This expert was very confused, but at least admitted the issue. Now Coffindoffer knows more than anyone. Coffindoffer, you're a fucking moron. Hey, Allie, thank you. Here on the drama tonight, GW did fundraise for cancer she never had and a Disney trip she never took. In my opinion, she's pathological, lying, deviant grifter. I can't disagree. But that's all Brittany was trying to say. Brittany was trying to say that, look, something's not right. Why am I on here? Oh, Betty. I got sidetracked. I'm looking for more video. Just went back and grabbed this clip of Higgins. Pretty sure Jackson knows exactly what happened. They definitely saw that interaction as Higgins left. Not sure why they didn't show the video, but he got him to lie under oath. There's some crazy shit on Twitter. There's another fight. All right, let me go to Betty before I get another hour on fucking Twitter. What am I looking for, Denise? Bill and Betty in Tennessee searching for Sebastian Rogers. Noach takes her safety very seriously. She wears her high-vis floral pink vest. Her investigative skills have uncovered that the trees go whoosh. We've seen the latest info on batshit Betty. Has this come up? She's such a dumb. She thinks she's gonna break the case. Denise, what am I looking for? All I see is people going after Betty. I'm driving all over. All right, here we go. Bullhorn Betty. Footage from the quadruple homicide investigation in Florida. That was June 16th. Let me try this. All right. That's from April. File missing California. Help me, Denise. What am I looking for? I don't see anything. Triple homicide. Where's Sebastian? Oh, wasn't you, Denise? Or Ken? Was it Kendra? Who said that about Betty? Saturday and Sunday she reported. All right, let me show you guys what I'm looking at, just so you know. Was it Kendra? You said it. What am I looking for? Direct me. I fucking can't stand Coffindoffer. I never liked her. She just like gets on my nerves. Damn, she's got 7,000 followers. Go Betty. That's why I'm missing from inside his home. Where he was with his mother. Lights went on and off several times, so the whole house went dark. And several light phenomenons. We've seen it a short while later. Ain't nothing funny about Tennessee. Doesn't feel like a shared goal. If you guys didn't know those, Seth started her own channel. Oh, someone reposted it. No one has an alibi. Tennessee. A lot of people don't have alibis. I'm no longer going to use StreamYards. It's failing so bad, dropping audio and not allowing me to go live for hours. I try to get a hold of someone and there is no customer service online. They do not deserve my business if I cannot even speak to someone. Here are my findings on Sebastian Roberts. Tracking the dogs, Tennessee. Oh my God, we found something. Oh my God. No, you didn't. Oh my God. See, let me just tell you, this is why I can't fucking do this. This is why I can't deal with her. Summer Wells disappeared 6/15/2021. This was one day after CPS visited the home. Sebastian Rogers disappeared on 2/26/2024. This was less than 30 days after CPS visited the home. Both cases are in Tennessee. In both cases, the mom appears to be responsible and their husbands are the cleanup. I can't with her. I just can't. Maybe she got kidnapped. Oh, I'm sorry, sweet one. Not JLR, his GF fat. I can't with her. She's such a fucking idiot. All right, maybe she got kidnapped, taken away. All right, I went in Canton. There's so many posts of that fight, all different angles. Dr. Turtle Boy. The fuck? Is Coffinduffer really this stupid? Hold on. Like, is she seriously this fucking stupid? Why is this case like the OJ case? Please tell me how this case is like the OJ case. Because during the OJ trial, so many in that community were angry that Rodney King's assaulters were not punished, and their anger drove support for OJ. Guilt be damned. She really is this stupid. Now, I understand what she's saying, because they say after the trial that some of the jury voted the way they did due to the fact that Rodney King didn't get justice. But that wasn't during the trial. It would seem many in Canada are so angered about corruption issues that the Sandra Birchmore case, that they have put on blinders regarding the facts in the Karen Reed case. They have convinced themselves of a massive cover-up which would have to involve 3 women, a 17-year-old, a fellow Boston PO, and an ATF agent. Okay. This is how fucking dumb she is. I fought with the glare about this. So this gave me the perfect opportunity to explain what I was trying to talk about on Glara's channel. And now I'm going to talk about here. I've said it before. It's not going to be new to anybody. But for those of you in the back that may not know this, especially Coffinduffer, let me break it down, Coffinduffer. Listen up. Lean in. Like, seriously, lean the fuck in. A cover-up is not going to be all of those people. A cover-up or a conspiracy is done by 1 or 2 people. You only need 1 or 2 people for that conspiracy or cover-up. Everybody else is not going to know it's a cover-up. Everybody else is going to fall into place. And everything's going to look perfectly. Everything's going to look like it's done right. You really can't. You're supposedly this smart lady that works for the FBI and you don't know that? Dude, you really are a fucking idiot. It just goes to show anybody can work for the FBI. All you need is a degree. But in the real world and in real life, anybody that knows anything about true crime, a conspiracy or a cover-up is literally 1 or 2 people, and that's it. That's it. You're not going to get anything else than 1 or 2 people. Done. Further, all the EMS heard testify to be bull-faced lying when they said they heard Reed screamed, "I hit him." Would all also have to be on the take, or did Jono keep his girlfriend, get drunk, get mad, back into him, and leave him to die in the snow? Occam's razor. This is obvious set of facts clouded by a community's outcry about corruption. You really are a fucking idiot. I did try to convince Clara, and he said, you know what he said? He had like 1,000 people in his life, and he's like, you're an idiot. Don't listen to her. I'm not a fucking idiot, dude. I know exactly what I'm talking about. A cover-up doesn't mean 30 people. There aren't 30 people in a cover-up. That's too easy for shit to be leaked. Any cover-up, a conspiracy, only has 1 or 2 main people. Done. And everything is set up so everybody else doesn't know it's a conspiracy. She's so stupid. So you're admitting the police screwed up the crime scene just like the OJ trial, and admitting that investigators and investigation are flawed. About the only things I can see in your analogy. I'm afraid you missed the analogy entirely. Crazy. You guys should see some of the interrogations I found last night. Oh my God. Body cam footage. Crazy. These people are nuts. She's such an idiot. Weak analogy, though. You failed to mention OJ was overcharged. I get Clark's theory. However, it was murder too. The amount of money thrown at OJ's trial was massive. Because he was OJ. Karen's not a celebrity. Officer O'Keefe would have thought that glass cut his arm, not Chloe. No, sorry. Glass did not cut his arm like that. Nice try, though, Jen. I mean, just think about it. Just random logic. Just using random logic. If the glass cut you, you don't get perfect parallel lines all over the arm. That's not how glass cuts. She's so dumb. Excellent point, Jen. Any reason why the lead investigator admitted to a federal grand jury that he wasn't forthcoming about his relationship with the witness at 34 Fairview? Your gaslighting of people who question the guilty narrative this case is gross and despicable. Some of us have brains, and when things don't make sense, they question the narrative. Facts. Just because others involved are LE does not make them any more trustworthy than anyone else. Amen. You work for the FBI for 20 plus years, and you cannot at least admit that the investigation was a complete fiasco. I'm not convinced of her innocence, but reasonable doubt is so easy here because the police dropped the ball. Amen. Update us list of the largest conspiracy in the history of mankind. What the fuck are they talking about? See, these people do not know how to think of a conspiracy. None of them do. They all think that everyone's involved. No, most of them are not involved. I don't even believe half the people in the house were involved. You can't tell a lot of people about a cover-up or a conspiracy. You just can't. It's too easy for someone to leak. The less people that know, the better. Clearly, you're not watching the trial, because if you watch Paramedic, he got totally decimated by the defense for lying. I don't believe the injuries to John O'Keefe match being tapped by a taillight. Agreed. Oh, it makes it bigger. I can't even read it. This is why I stay off social media, because all these people fucked up. Living in Cali during the Rodney King beating, which triggered the riots, etc., I don't believe that Rodney deserved to be beaten. But that was one big moment that started the real exposure of how corrupt the LAPD was. OJ's trial verdict was just people being tired of corruption. Amen. Nicole said, shoes come off when you come in. Explains the shoe situation. The investigation alone is reasonable doubt. Inconsistent testimony and timeline. CW is halfway done and it proved nothing. Amen. People on her page are certainly smarter than she is. If you don't fall in line on most channels covering Kara, you get attacked. Yeah, but I'm on Glara's side. Like, I'm not even on an opposite side. I'm on his side. I agree she's innocent. But people, if you're going to talk about corruption, then make sure you talk about it correctly. The defense, the corruption is not 12 people. The corruption is 1 or 2 people. That's it. I'm not even sure these people brought him outside when there were still people in the house. They probably kicked everyone out and then put him outside. So this way, all the people in the house that were leaving didn't know what happened, and they're being honest about it, or they passed out, or whatever it is. They all went to sleep before putting John O'Keefe outside. Once it started snowing, they put him outside. Everyone in the house was already passed out. You know what I'm saying, though? Once they're passed out, then you don't have to lie because they didn't see anything. So when asked by police, did you see John? Nope, I didn't see anything. They're not lying. Now, what I believe that Albert was woken up by Higgins. I believe Higgins was definitely involved. I believe Higgins was one of the puppet masters who woke up Albert. They waited for everyone to go to sleep, and then they brought John O'Keefe outside once the snow started coming in. Oh, I believe Higgins is a puppet master. I believe he's involved 100%. I actually think he's the one that he had a fight with. I think Higgins and John O'Keefe went at it over Karen. And I also think that John O'Keefe went to the house to confront Higgins. And he went to confront Higgins. They had a fight. That's why Karen was in the car. Karen didn't want him to confront Higgins. And that's this fight that broke out. That's my personal opinion. Karen was hating John with a vengeance that night and blackout drunk. Nobody has ever proven she was drunk. Is it Glara's opinion? See, I didn't know that. I only watched him once, and he pissed me off, and I won't watch him again. I've been saying that, though, for a while. I've said that since Higgins testified. Maybe he stole it from me. But I do. Once I saw Higgins testify, I said, he's guilty. He's totally fucking guilty. I'm 100% convinced of that. I didn't realize it was Higgins until he testified. Once he testified, it was done. And all of a sudden, he's sitting at the office all day. Like, what? It's 1 o'clock in the fucking morning, dude. Go home. So the other thing he could have been waiting for everyone to go to sleep and went back to the house and covered it up with Albert. That I believe too. I absolutely believe that. That's why he was hanging out locally. So as soon as everyone passed out, they could go back to the house and put him out. It's also possible that they got John O'Keefe to his car somehow. And Higgins drove off with O'Keefe because nobody checked his car. But he could have drove off with O'Keefe in the back of his car, got the sign from Albert when everyone in the house was gone, because they wouldn't have seen him. Once everyone in the house was gone, he came back with O'Keefe and put him in the snow. That's what I think. That's what I seriously think. And why do I think that? I don't know. I just thought of it. But that's a pretty good thought. Think about it though. That's why he was that's why Higgins stayed local. Because John O'Keefe was in the back of his car. Think about it. That means everyone in the house is right when they said they didn't see anything. He woke up Albert, so Albert would let him know when everyone in the house was sleeping and they could put John outside. I think that's how it probably went down. Think about it. And the butt dial, it would make sense. I'm telling you, I guarantee. I don't think it'll ever come out. Hey, Kaz. But if you think about it, it makes perfect sense. Why he didn't go home, why he just stayed there while him and Albert had these weird butt dials. That's your answer. That's it. John O'Keefe was in the back of Higgins' car. When it was safe to bring him back, they put him in the snow. There you go. I solved the case. I just solved it. Where's Jackson? I want some of Jackson's money. That's it. Where's Turtle Boy? Turtle Boy, I just solved how they did it. But I'm telling you, I think that's it. I really do. I think that's how this conspiracy was done, or this cover-up was done, with all the people in the house being free and clear. And maybe John O'Keefe didn't make it in the house. Maybe him and Higgins had a fight outside. Yeah, but Kendra, she didn't hit him hard enough for the injuries. His injuries were way different than being tapped with a car. And if she hit him that hard, the car would have been more fucked up. The one judge Karen, $20K, just have a person watch them do some tests, so they had to decline. Probably because they see how much money is being made. Dog, maybe the dog was outside. Maybe they were taking the dog for a walk. We don't know a dog had to be inside. Hey, Janessa. Stephanie has 2 daughters and 1 son. I'm getting off soon. I've been on almost 3.5 hours. The car was from hitting John. Yeah, but I'm saying that the how many don't believe the accident? Reconstruction officer claims he flew 30 feet. No, I don't. According to Mr. Green, and that the guy that was on the stand the other day, the tow truck driver, I just loved him. He was such a he was like the uncle that you go to holidays just to see. I absolutely loved him, believed him, thought he was like the best. I don't know if anybody else, I just wanted to go up and hug him. He was dressed nice. He was wearing a suit and tie, a shirt and tie. I just loved him. I was like, oh my God, I just want to hug him. I was like, he's like the guy that gets blamed for horrible stuff. Yeah, Lucky. I just loved him. Because he had like an innocence about him. Like you just knew he wasn't lying. He wasn't, you could tell he wasn't the brightest, but he tried. He like was respectful. He dressed well. I don't know. I just loved him. Like if I could have given him a hug, I would have. I know. I can't wait, Amber. He was great. He was he just had such an innocence about him. Like he was believable. Not Jackson. Lolly over there tried to fuck him up and he didn't fall for it. I just loved it. I try to Lolly keeps doing that. He keeps trying to discredit people and they're looking at him like, what are you talking about? They do. When you don't lie, you can't discredit people. And that woman, oh my God, I didn't think the judge was going to let her testify. We should all be as smart as her. She has more credentials than anyone I've ever seen. Like, holy shit, lady, you got credentials. We should all be this smart. She was like one of these full-time students that just, all she wanted to do was learn in life. I forgot her name, but the one that said, it was definitely a dog bite. She has done so much. She was wild. I didn't think that Bev was going to let her testify. I really didn't. I was shocked. Dr. Marie Russell. She had a hell of a resume. I was like, damn, rest of us are dumb. But Lolly's so stupid too. Like Lolly probably didn't even know what to ask her. Like, dude, you can't even compete. You have law school. She's got law school times 10. Like there's nothing she doesn't have. Exactly. I agree, Leandra. It's crazy. But Lolly was like trying to be all stern and trying to be all cool. Like, oh, I'm going to act like Jackson. Bitch, please. You're an idiot. Yeah, she was a medical examiner. She was a cop. She went to law school. She did this. She did that. She was forensic psychology, forensic science. No, one thing I noticed, Kendra, everybody keeps saying lately, ever since B. Tim says it all the time, all I hear lately is, if I'm being honest. Well, no, I want you to lie to me. I have heard this expression more times in the last 3 months from YouTubers than I've ever heard before in my life. I try really hard not to say it anymore because I just hear it everywhere. It's so weird. There's a ton of famous prisoners there. I bet she's got some good stories, right, Annie? I bet she does. I know. That's why I started noticing it, Sly, because B. Tim says it all the time. But now I hear all the time. Like almost every single YouTuber says it that I've watched. I'm like, oh my God, change the channel. Right? You guys, you're noticing it like everywhere. I'm like, if I hear that fucking phrase one more time, I'm telling you, I'm unsubbing anyone who says it. And I purposely try not to say it. I used to say it. What if ever? I don't think I've ever said that. But B. Tim has worn out that statement so much. I stopped saying it after that. Now I hear it everywhere. I'm like, ugh. Came across Kara Guilty Craze channel, ended up being B. Tim. Oh, no shit. Yeah, I don't think she's guilty at all. I really don't. Because just remember, too, even if she is guilty, you can't fault someone just because of your gut instinct. You have to go by the evidence. And there is so much reasonable doubt in this case that you can't go by that. You have to go by the evidence. And just like Casey Anthony, she's guilty as fuck. But the evidence did not show that. You could not convict her. You know what I mean? People are mistaken with that. It doesn't matter what I think. It's what you can prove. I know Casey Anthony killed her daughter. There's no question in my mind she's guilty. But did the evidence prove she's guilty beyond a reasonable doubt? No, it didn't. That's why I say her trial was the way trials should be. Yeah, see, I haven't watched them in a long time, Angel. I don't like him. Twisted Trial. All right, I'm going to look this up, Crystal. Yeah, he's editing. Karen Reed trial case talk. All I see are girls. Huh? Twisted Tragedies can't be his channel. Look. That can't be his channel. From our Karen Reed 50/50. Good job, guys. You have successfully donated $100 to Justice for Karen Reed. Yeah, that can't be his channel. 2 days ago, this one, Twisted Cases. No, she's a girl. Here she is. She's a girl. But don't worry, guys. I heard Dr. Latina is in here supporting Karen. So fear not. No, it's just trial. Go to the last care alive 10-minute mark. She may have taken it down because this is just the trial. All she's showing is she must have taken it down. Unless you have an exact link. Oh, you know what? I see. Hold on. I was just on it. This one?
Correct.
In the eyes, yes.
Now that blunt objects, what if any scratches from either glass or a piece of plastic or a piece of metal?
It's possible.
And the injuries that you observed, would that be consistent with injuries that you observed in other cases? Of anything, did you have occasion to see any photographs, or have you seen any photographs in relation to the defendant's vehicle in this case?
I have seen photographs, yes.
And the size or shape of that vehicle, what if any significance to that?
It's right after this. All right. All right. For you naysayers, that is not from glass. You do not get these cuts like this from glass, from a tail light hitting you. That's not even possible. It's just not possible. If you went through a window, you might see cuts like this. If you literally went flying through a window, but not from getting hit with a tail light. A tail light would not make these kind of marks. They just wouldn't. Physically impossible. Absolutely impossible. Kathy P, Brianna, and Elise. Brianna and Tragedies. See, you know what's funny? Amber in here, she watches a lot of Melanie Little. I don't watch Melanie Little. I don't really care for the whole law tube stuff. I don't see B2. Oh, there it is.
And that particular truck, is it used for anything else other than snow plowing? Specific route. Okay, now, all right, so there's a
steps.
And now when you're in that area,
I would say
Single scenario, because no one even found John yet before 6. So why would they be? See, this is the problem. Like, this guy is a terrible witness.
Andy was covered in snow. We know that. So how would you see him if he was covered?
You are unmuted.
At 5.
just a couple questions.
This man.
Powerful gifts come from power.
Having a different truck at that point?
correct.
What vehicle you saw?
No, he wanted to make sure that what I was telling him was accurate. So he showed me what was a Ford Edge, but I had already told him it was a Ford.
Here's my man, my uncle. I am so hard-headed. This is B Tim right here. B. He's not using a different avatar. He's using the same avatar.
Edge.
So we brought you out to the parking lot at the skate, correct?
No, I read that, but that's not the point. The point is the guy changed his story 3 times before he ever hit this stand in the report. You know what I'm saying? He's changed his story multiple times. We already knew this was going to be a disaster.
Also, he met with Yannetti about 4 days ago in the parking lot of Proctor Sisters' job.
School right.
Job.
Oh, Jesus, good God.
Okay, let me fill these people in, just so you know. A lawyer can meet a client or witness anywhere they want. Doesn't matter. It doesn't change the what they're talking about. Maybe that was the only time that Yannetti had. He is in the middle of a major fucking case, and maybe they couldn't come up with a time for him to go to his house. So, or I mean, to his office. So he said, hey, I'm going to be at so-and-so. I got to pick up papers at the printer. So meet me there. We'll talk there. Okay, no problem. That's standard shit. That anyone that knows anything about lawyers knows that that's what happens. And that's another thing, Sly. That's what I'm saying. Of course they're going to meet the witness, and they just couldn't do it at the office. Who cares where they met?
God, all right. Listen, I'm just waking up, so I'm behind the 8 ball. And I just come in and saw a guy with a big old meathead on the stand that's a snowplow driver, and I have a little bit of a soft spot for meat-headed snowplow drivers.
Are you finished, sir?
Yes.
Yeah, he's not a good witness.
Snowplow drivers, you know.
Mr. Loughran, after having reviewed that, as your memory refreshed as to that conversation you had in May of 2023?
No, it does not.
So you still, after reading that, don't recall telling anybody in May of 2023 that you came in around 11:30 p.m., 12 a.m. on the 28th, 29th?
I never came in at 11:30, 12:30 at night. It was 2:30 calling.
You don't recall indicating to anyone in May of 2023 that you went past Fairview at 12 a.m. and 2 a.m.?
Correct, never did.
And you don't recall telling anyone that you saw the car around 1:30 or 2 a.m.? Is that correct?
Correct.
And you don't recall telling anybody that the part of Fairview containing 34 Fairview was blocked off at 5 a.m.?
Well, I think the jury's like, this guy makes no fucking sense.
Oh,
None
yeah.
of what he said made any sense. So he's just impeached completely. It actually hurts the defense having that guy up there.
Who wants to bet that the Karen Reed supporters are all going to do videos saying, "Oh my God, the tow truck driver was fantastic. He nailed it for us."
Yeah, well, that's because there's
The dog bites. The Emmy from the 90s, the art pathologist.
We'll see how she does with this. Hopefully, I mean, for the defense, they got to have.
Oh, it's her.
Yeah, the dog bite lady. Yeah.
Oh my.
But much more brutal than we saw.
Oh, it's going to be.
The seminars.
Let's start with your college.
It was at the time, yes.
And that's associated with the University of Southern California Medical Center, is that right?
Yes.
After your first...
And let me also point out, it doesn't matter if somebody is 80 or 30. The older you are, the more experience you have under your belt, and the more training you have under your belt, and the more experience you have under your belt. I would certainly take the word of a 70-year-old who's been through it all than a 40-year-old just starting. Like, it's stupid.
Supervision of the
were you also a director
for employee?
Yeah.
Said she didn't those. Yeah, it was. She didn't see that in the UC Davis. She doesn't remember looking.
Why am I not shocked Anastasia is in there supporting this? Why am I not surprised at all?
That so magically now you did.
Yeah. But she didn't do a written report this time either.
Where be Tim go?
viewed them between now and Tuesday, they have a problem.
I don't know. I'm sure he'll be back. He probably had to go do some work or something.
All of a sudden, I just looked up. I was waiting to hear his.
Houston, we have an issue.
Yeah, a lot of us here, I find in my chat, a lot of us have chronic pain issues, and I think a lot of us suffer in silence for a long time. And I don't think anybody should ever feel bad about their pain being less than someone else's, because it all affects everyone differently, and your pain is valid no matter how big or small you. It's inconsistent with. So she can't say it's not consistent with a car crash. She's not allowed to do that.
So here's my question: how is she going to let this?
Thank you, RoboCop.
Go off as saying it's consistent with dog bites, but yet there's no DNA found from a dog.
Well, I don't think she knows that yet. That's the point. She doesn't. She didn't.
She don't know that, and she's their expert, and she don't know there's no dog DNA.
Right. So she says,
"Oh my."
Well, dear. Okay. And she said she did not look at the UC Davis reports, and she did not.
All right. Let me just correct this girl. I don't want to play too much because she'll kill me. She'll strike me. I don't even know who she is, but she's obviously a QB supporter. Okay. So how do I say this? DNA could get removed due to snow, due to the cold, I think. But more importantly, that woman said that at the time of pre-questioning, she hadn't read anything, but she did read everything by the time she went on trial, which I understand that, because if you don't know if you're getting called up or not, why are you going to go through all of the case files? It's stupid. But once you know you're going to get called, then you're going to go through the case files. That's common sense. So I don't know why they're like being stupid. I wouldn't look through everything either unless I knew it was definitely happening. You know what I mean? Why the hell would I go through everything until I know for sure? I don't blame her. But all right, I've been on almost 4 hours. I'm out. I have to go to Nashville tomorrow to pick up Dayton's, or my niece and nephew, Dayton's cousins from Iowa, who's going to be here for 2 weeks. So I don't know if I'll be on tomorrow night. I'm not sure what's happening because I have to go food shopping and I still got so much to do. And hopefully we get this doggy. Exactly. All those clothes sat in Proctor's vehicle uncovered for weeks. Sure did. So, but I want to thank you guys for being here. Thank you guys for the super chats. Don't forget, order your candles, energycandles.com. Yeah, I actually have 5 left to give away. Hold on. Hold on, I gotta go to my actual channel to do it. Oh, there's more shit with Nick Rekieta. Legal Mindset wrote The Disastrous Return of Rekieta Law. Poor guy. My channel. Hit that thumbs up. We only got 149 thumbs up. Why does my channel ask me to become a member? It's my channel. Hello? All right. Why is it not letting me? I had the wrong thing. There you go. All right. You have 5 memberships left this month. Here we go. Hey, Buttercup. You do have to get some candles. All right. I just gave away 5 memberships. Who got them? Kendra got one. Annie got one. Buttercup got one. Bluebird got one. And Tina got one. Tina Bobina. Welcome, new members, old members. Some of you guys are already in Discord. Crystal's fault. You're welcome. Someone's got to get some memberships going in this place. So, all right, I'm getting off though. Oh, I gotta finish cleaning. I gotta do my room. So again, I'm not positive I'll be on tomorrow, but I will try because it's like already towards the end of the month, and this month sucked. So we got to get stuff grooving and moving again. All right. I will see you beautiful people. Hopefully tomorrow. Maybe I'll hit you guys up on the way to Nashville. Since I'm not driving, it's a wonderful thing. All right. I'll see you guys tomorrow, maybe during the day, and have a good night. Thank you guys for everything. And again, don't forget, order your candles, energycandles.com. ENERGIE. And I can't run a promotion because it's not on yet. Always safe travels. Thank you, guys. Yeah, this live went everywhere. It was all over the place. But Stephanie Harlow, you're a bitch. Now you guys know why I support Brittany and why I don't support others and the hypocrisy. And honestly, it's drama I'm not involved with, and that's a good thing. I like drama that I'm not in. All right. I will see you guys later. Peace out, bean sprouts, and have a good night. I love you too, Annie.